All right. Hello again, adventurers, and welcome to another exciting episode of the Daggerheart Village of Hommlet mini one shot that's not actually one or a shot, but something. We're going through the boathouse. Yay!
Yeah.
I'll do my Kermit the Frog. We're going to the boathouse. Ah! Announcements.
You fucking racist.
I have run one shots before. It just doesn't happen often. Announcements. Big stuff happening for Daggerheart today. First of all, in The Void, which is their version of Unearthed Arcana, they released two new classes, the Witch and the Assassin. And on the and they also released I think it's like 6 new ancestries and like another 6 new communities. So all that's on The Void. And they also updated the Warlock and what used to be the Fighter. It's now the Brawler, and it should be named the Monk. I get it. Not all monks learn martial arts, but the Monk is based on a Shaolin monk, and all Shaolin monks learn martial arts. It's kind of the point of the Shaolin Temple. So anyway, that's the thing. Now, on the Demiplane Nexus for Daggerheart, they have officially gotten the go-ahead to put Void stuff on the Demiplane Nexus. So as of right now, you can go to the Demiplane Nexus and you can create a Warlock character or a Brawler character, which I have already done. Their name is Philanon, and they are a fairy brawler, and they are amazing, and they punch things really good. So, yeah, really, really cool stuff there. Also, on the Demiplane Nexus, the entirety of the SRD is supposedly on there as well. I haven't been able to confirm that because I own Daggerheart on Demiplane, and so every time I look at something, it defaults to the real stuff because I own it all. But effectively, the Daggerheart SRD is basically almost the entire core book, minus most of the campaign frames, all of the art, and then a couple chapters about like how to be a better player and how to be a better GM. But everything else is in the SRD. And so if that's all available on Daggerheart for free, that's a really, really big deal. It means that anyone can just start playing Daggerheart, which they can technically already because you can download the SRD directly from Darrington. But having access to a character builder is cool and fun and cool. So, so yeah. Other TTRPG stuff. Trying to think if anything big is going on in the TTRPG world. The new D&D adventure collection, Dragon Delves, goes officially releases in 2 weeks. I don't know if that means early access. It's available now or not. I can't remember, and I don't have the money to buy it right now. But it is the first time in the 50-year existence of Dungeons and Dragons that they decided to make a book about putting dragons in dungeons. And that's what it is. It is 10 adventures that involve dragons in dungeons. So that in and of itself is pretty cool. And thank you, phone. I think that's really a.
I think Critical Role is doing a thing called pre-order for the Armory of Heroes. It seems to be an art collection of like Vox Machina.
Yeah,
And
they've
all
got
the
a
material they
couple
have.
different things in the pipeline right now. So obviously, Critical Role is doing stuff. Kiri, friend of the channel, wonderful, amazing person and published author. She just announced that this weekend, her book is going to be part of this thing to support independent bookstores. Check out. She made a thing on Instagram about it. Go follow her Instagram for full details. But effectively, it looks like if you pre-order her book through certain partners of this thing, you can get a discount on it, and you can help support independent bookstores. In her new book, The Hearth Witch's Guide to Magic and Murder, I think is what it's called.
Nailed it.
Comes out October the 7th. You can pre-order it now basically everywhere. And you want to do that because Kiri is an amazing author. I own 2 of her books already. They're amazing and wonderful. Yeah, we want to get her on the New York Times bestseller list. So
And
going
pre-orders
forward,
do that.
Yep, pre-orders all count to her first week of sales, which is what gets you on the bestsellers list. So, I want to be able to go. And New York Times bestselling author Kiri Callaghan. So yeah, that stuff is cool. Anything else going on? I mean, the world right now is in a completely normal and stable place, and no sort of nonsense is going on anywhere in the world. So that's great, and that means we don't have to talk about it at all, which is why we are playing a tabletop RPG.
Look, at this point, if it was a glitch in the Matrix and I just saw everything spark behind me just as static, I'd be like, I would be fucking happy.
So, yeah, I think it's time.
2025 energy.
To be fair, we haven't quite gotten to the level of screw this, I'm going home that 2020 was and 2021, but it's getting close.
Oh, everything
Guys, it's what it was. Anyone has a time
R.I.P.
machine.
King.
Anyone has a time machine, we got to go back and save Harambe. I think that's where the world went wrong.
It's a nexus point. It's a nexus point at this point.
That's why the doctor never goes to that period of time. He's like, nope, we can't touch Harambe.
I think actually another thing, Tim Travelers and the Time Traveler's Paradox is now available on streaming.
Starting to add up here. Just a little bit. And we're in a black hole, apparently. You know?
Yeah, I mean...
You know, people that are smarter than me look up in the sky and they realize that our universe is in a black hole, apparently. So it's a lot of makes sense at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just waiting for Galactus to show up. And then, we're done. I did read something interesting. Apparently, they may have discovered a planet beyond Pluto's orbit by looking at some old footage and going, wait a minute, that's not a smudge on the lens. So theoretically, we may have...
Planet Bob, Planet Bob, Planet Bob, Planet Bob.
It screws me up because I can never remember. We used to have 9 planets, and now we have 8 planets and a dwarf. And we may have 9 planets again because this thing is bigger than Pluto. Theoretically.
Poor Pluto.
Yeah, poor Pluto. So anyway. Quick reminder before we get into the thick of things. If this is your first time here, thank you so much for tuning in. I have channel points enabled. If you look at the channel point redemptions, you can do things that affect the game. You can do things like heal the players or give them reroll tokens that everybody really, really loves. You can also give the GM fear, which is what I use to do bad things to the players. So.
Yeah, because you weren't getting enough fear last time.
It was just because you were rolling. Everyone else was doing fine. You were supplying me with all the fear I needed.
I was not the only one. I was rolling with fear, but I was not the only one.
Anyway, so if you want to be a physical part of the game, just figure out, where you want your channel points to go and either help the players or help me do things to the players. That being said, I think it is time for us to return to the village of Hommlet. "10 years ago, the forces of good battled the forces of elemental evil at the Battle of Enrity Meadows. the forces of elemental evil were soundly beaten all the way back to the temple of elemental evil and sealed inside, never to trouble the world again. In the past 10 years, life has started to return to normal, but recently, strange things have been going on around the village of Hommlet. Adventurers have been encouraged to come to deal with local problems for promise of cash and other goods. Our party decided to journey to the village of Hommlet looking for fortune and glory. While they were there, they got into some trouble. First by accidentally committing theft, then by committing assault and battery, and then finally by adding arson onto the list by trying to burn down an inn. And they got arrested and banished from the town that was supposed to be their base of operations and one safe place in the world to rest. As they were wandering the wilderness, trying to figure out what to do next, they came upon a strange, ruined moat house and decided to explore it in the hopes of finding treasure, adventure, and whatever else might be lurking inside. On the way up, they discovered it may not be as empty as it seems, as a group of 4 giant toads immediately lashed out and tried to end them. But the party was resilient. They were able to defeat them, and now they come to the moat house itself. So, since it's been a couple weeks since we played, let's get a few reminders of everything that went on. So, stuff happened in the village of Hommlet. I don't think we need to go into any details, but things happened, and that is no longer a safe place for you guys to go. But you did find this abandoned moat house that seemed interesting, and on your way up, you discovered a bunch of toads that liked to gnaw on you guys, and there was some cool stuff that happened. And then I think we ended right as you guys got up to the drawbridge, right? Am I forgetting anything else?
Yep.
Cool. Well, I think we need to change the title of the campaign one shot from Village of Hommlet because we're never allowed back there again. But other than that, I think we're perfect for 100% on everything. So,
all right. Just a notice for anyone that notices that we may be missing someone. We do have a player that was not able to make it right now. They may be able to make it later. We don't know. But I don't have a 4-player overlay because I've been doing a billion other things and just didn't have time to make it. So, we're just going to have a void. And hopefully the void in our overlay will be filled one day by our friend Haas, who really was one of the people that got all of this trouble started because they were the one that stole things first. But so anyway,
I'm gonna blame all this on an apple.
mm-hmm.
Absolutely. I'm the GM. I can blame it on whatever I want. Yeah.
An apple a day banishes you from Hommlet every day. I don't know how that works, how the idiom works in any way, shape, or form. So
This is just pure apple hatred.
Well, you know what? If they didn't make so many proprietary things that makes their stuff impossible to repair, maybe we wouldn't hate them as much, you know?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Steve Jobs. All right, so as you guys come up to the drawbridge itself, the drawbridge itself is normally supposed to be able to lift up to kind of guard it, but you guys can see the chains that normally would be attached to this drawbridge are broken and hanging off of it. So the drawbridge itself is never going to be going up. The bridge itself is a little bit rotten and definitely damaged. It looks like it was battered through or something. It definitely looks strong enough that it can hold your guys' weight. But you don't think this drawbridge is ever going to draw again. As you get closer, you can actually see the gates that were behind the drawbridge, which are two massive doors. The door is hanging open on one great hinge, and the other is splintered and holed, but still in position, wedged and shored closed from the inside. So that's what you guys can see right now. Basically, kind of one door hanging off and the other one in place, but kind of jammed there. So what do you all want to do?
You know, from the outside, this did not look this bad, but as we get closer to the door, I don't know exactly if we want to go inside. But if, we took care of what seemed to be the problem makers around this area, I think we should just push through at this point, yes?
Well, unless you know another location.
What, do you think there might be something else that is scarier than the frogs on the other side?
I mean, frogs are kind of scary.
Yeah.
So,
Well, now hold on. Let me. You are. Let me take it back a little bit, because I do not wish to offend my little friend over here. They were toads. That is my problem. I'm very sorry about that. It is not a frog. It is a toad. A disgusting toad.
Giant toad.
Do you still have love for toad as well? I don't know how exactly it works.
I got nommed the hell out of all that thing.
Well, you did go in first. I mean, which, by the way, you do not need to do that. I am very much able to do it myself. You do not need to
One of our
go
compatriots was in trouble. I went in to help them.
So you're very noble like that. I understand. It is something that you need to do. I will join you in every fight. But remember, you can stand behind good old Esper here. I will take care of you.
I required. I did behind no one.
I will hide behind everyone.
Well, exactly. I mean,
that one is very squishy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ow. No, really, that kind of hurt.
I mean, if we wish to go across, which, by the way, I don't know what happened to our little goblin friend. He might have already gone inside. I'm not exactly sure, but if you guys want to continue, we could absolutely continue. But I feel that this looked a little less scary 50 meters back that way. And now, as I come up next to a door, those are big fucking doors, and I can't imagine anything breaking it down. So, I mean, I'm good if you guys are wanting to go in. We could also just say, fuck this place and continue. But we did lose Haas. Shit. Fuck.
I ain't gonna wanna go in.
Yeah, I got the simple question. Do you know anywhere else we can go right now?
West? West? East? Not here?
I mean, that would be pretty funny. That would just royally piss off the GM.
Go ahead and go exploring in a place that the module has nothing. You guys will find the actual Temple of Elemental Evil, and then you're all screwed.
Do you think
Where the hell did fire elementals come from?
I can't go any farther. I keep clipping.
Are you serious?
I actually found the fourth wall. Holy crap.
Well, I will go up there and I will knock on the door, because we need to make sure that this is secure.
Gingerly place
Yeah.
a foot. Because I'm halfling size. I'm like little foot on the little toesy on the wood. Look good so far. Gonna go up here.
And my Goliath legs will just step right over him onto it and kind of gingerly touch it as well, to make sure that I'm not gonna bust through this drawbridge that doesn't look like it's been used in a while.
Oh,
at least.
gonna just defeat the whole purpose of one person testing it out, eh?
Well, I do want you to know that I am not wearing any underpants today, so please do not look at my robe.
Don't have to look. I'm downwind. I can't get more downwind than this.
So as you guys come forward, let's go to, where's my reveal? Here we go. You guys are able to look into.
Oh, look, there's a puddle of blood on the floor. That's not worrying.
There's a little courtyard. You can see in the center is this kind of strange, mangled-looking tree. It seems like it's been a little while since it has borne any type of fruit or leaves or anything, but it looks like it's still alive. You can see there are a set of stairs that go up to the northeast, and in the southwest quarter, you can see a door that seems to enter into the large tower at the southwest corner of the moat house here.
I'm sorry. Is anyone else noticing the concerning amount of blood splatters around this place, including the tree, the wall over here, the steeps?
Yeah.
Well, I guess it depends on how fresh they are. Can I see? Are the bloodstains dried or are they?
Is this the meeting place for a hemophilia convention?
Go ahead and make me a check that involves one of the attributes that I totally remember. How about an instinct check?
I believe that is a 15 with fear.
15 with fear, cool. So as you're kind of looking around, the bloodstains that you can see, some of them look more recent than others, but they're definitely younger than the rest of the destruction of the moat house. Like a lot of this stuff, a lot of the destruction probably happened, close to 10 years ago after the Battle of Emerald Metals and things like that. But a lot of these bloodstains, in 10 years, even bad bloodstains would have faded pretty far when exposed to the elements for this long. So this stuff, you don't know if it's, it doesn't look like it was blood spilt today.
Well, it's definitely, I don't think it's from today, but it's not from it's not from that long ago.
As you look again, you also start noticing in certain spots where the ground is not quite as kind of compacted, you do see what appear to be boot prints entering through the drawbridge area. So it seems like you guys are not the first to explore the castle or the moat house.
Well, definitely a good observation there, Gavin. And taking a second to want to make sure everyone is okay. Is anyone feeling a little bit of the woozy air? Any of you feeling a little bit, how do you say, cut up a little badly at this point that I might be able to assist in some way, shape, or form?
I mean, I generally feel pretty woozy, but I did take some scrapes up in that last battle.
Is it something that I might be able to help out? Is it quite heavy, or is it more like you scraped your knee and you're just very tiny man that it hurt a lot?
I mean, pain is a relative scale, so I did kind of bump my toe a little bit, so I'm walking gingerly. Okay.
My armor took the worst of it.
Yeah, mine too.
On a scale of 1 to 5, I would say my damage is about a 1.
About a 1, okay.
About a 1.
And Esper will just kind of, with his giant Goliath hand, will just kind of palm over the top of Gavin's head, where the index finger and the ring finger will kind of go towards the eye sockets a little bit, and just push in ever so gently. And I'm going to use my life support by spending 3 hope and clear a hit point clear hit point off of
Oh.
him. So, you know, it goes a little bit easier if you just hold still, or else I'll poke your goddamn eye out. So.
Gavin is just like turned white and just okay. Oh, oh.
Also, I think you should eventually take a shower or bathe yourself. You're very, very greasy. Very greasy.
It's a glandular or it's fine. It's fine.
Well, I think we should go on then. I mean, if no one else is feeling any sort of being hurt, I mean, we're completely fine in this place, correct? LeCroc, you seem to be okay with walking in, yes?
I never said we were fine. I said we didn't have any choice.
You guys can see.
We're walking into a homicide. I'm not sure I ever said okay.
You guys are able to see at the top of the stairs to the northeast. There are 2 doors that are in a similar state to the large heavy doors that kind of protect the keep. They're kind of hanging off their hinges and things like that, and they seem to go into the center of the keep. And then again, right down here, there's a door that's a little bit more intact that leads into this tower area.
You know, maybe we should check here where there's not like as much blood. You know,
I like where your mind is going.
Well, just saying, like, if we have to fall back somewhere.
Yeah. And then better be so we don't have anything coming from behind.
I will stay relatively close, or Esper will stay relatively close to his fairy friend, just in case things get a little bit crazy. And then also keeping a close eye on Gavin, not to wander off too far from behind.
Okay.
Behind me, so.
Gavin is not the wandering off type.
Anyway, some people.
Where's Daisy? Oh, come here. Okay.
Surprisingly enough, still has a penchant for fire.
Is it a push or a pull?
The door pulls open, and as you look in, it's very, very dark. But as the light from outside kind of goes in, you can see it reflecting off of a few things in there that seem to be reflective. From where you are, you can't really tell what they are. They could be coins. They could be just pieces of metal, like maybe weapons or armor. You're not 100% certain.
Yeah, it looks like there's some stuff strewn around, so I'll go in there.
I could send Daisy in to illuminate things.
But Daisy's gonna light everything up.
I mean, it happened one time. She's usually very, very careful.
I kind of looked over as I stepped in. It was like I remember Daisy doing a little dance and fire started happening. So
she let the alcohol go to her head.
It did get us kicked out a little bit.
She got us kicked out. Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The little fire thing was the least problematic.
I don't know, I feel like you're insinuating something, and if you wish to go delve into it, we have some time. I mean, we could
You busted a guy's nose with a combo platter.
Was he not fucking rude?
He was a dick.
I just wanted to make sure that he understood that you're not allowed to be a dick wherever you go, whoever you might be. For the record, he did pop a wallop on my fucking head. And I appreciate all the help that you guys gave me, but I totally had it. You definitely did not need to help me out in that situation. Thank you, though.
Okay, so what did I see?
All right, as you wander in, do you have any sort of light source with you, or are you just kind of relying on the light coming in through the door?
Presuming, I don't know if I have like an adventurer's pack kind of deal. Let's see here.
I'm just holding Daisy out in my hand
Yeah.
for a little warm
I
glow.
do have a torch.
Okay. So, depending on the weapon you have, if you have a one-handed weapon, you can have the torch in your.
I do
other
have a
hand.
short sword.
Okay. So yeah, if you want to have
Actually,
the torch...
I'll store the short sword because I'm like, because I want my shield ready in case
Okay.
something goes wonky. So I'll keep my torch out, shield up.
Okay. So as you wander in, more light is kind of dancing off different things. You do see bits of gold in different places, and you can actually see a few kind of coin purses, it looks like, or something akin to that, some a little bit larger, that seem to have something in them. And looking around, you also can see what looks like possibly a discarded discarded pack that obviously has something in it. It looks, kind of like a standard adventurer's backpack. And you can see that there's something in it. You can actually see there's a couple holes in it, and you can see what looks like maybe glass or something kind of peeking through in there. However, as you kind of look around, more box text, the upper portion of the tower has collapsed and the interior is dark. And as you're looking around, you notice that there does seem to be webs in a lot of different places. As you kind of look up the tower, the webs get thicker and thicker. And as you look up, you suddenly see a shadow descending. And unfortunately,
There.
I need to go. Where did you go? Here we go. I have to get the stat block for this.
Uh-oh. Love to hear that.
Yeah, burrs.
I was literally about to say this smells a little hinky.
All right. And as you're sitting there, suddenly this massive 8-legged wolf spider jumps on you and immediately is able to make an attack due to the fear that was due to me rolling something different. So it's going to get a 14 versus your evasion.
I have 12.
Okay. What is it? It's a D12. Let's try that again without it being cocked. You take 8 points of physical damage, and
That's right.
Oh, okay. I'm going to use. Well, I am in trouble. Okay, so 8 points.
I forgot to add to my. Oops.
What's your threshold for mine?
Well, minor is 6. So.
Oh, okay.
Well, no, I'm saying so. I'm already bumped into major.
Oh.
Because that goes over.
Oh, major. Okay, yeah.
I'm gonna put that over there so I can remember where it is.
Yeah,
So
I'm with the mark on armor, so I only take a 1.
So we're going to pause that. So, we are in combat again. For those of you outside, you see LeCroc go in, and then suddenly he is completely obscured by something, and his torch is knocked out of his hand. Who would like to take the spotlight?
Is the wolf spider, is it seeable from the torch? Like, can I see the outlining of it on top of the crow?
The torch was knocked away kind of far enough that you can't see like a full outline. You can just see there's something very big and hairy that kind of appeared there, but you can't get a good, clear view of what it is.
If you're cool with it, I would like to take my turn if possible, or have the spotlight, excuse me.
Sure.
And I'm still gonna go ahead.
LeCroc's response.
LeCroc, are you good? Are you okay? And I'll throw.
I reiterate.
I will. Esper will throw his weapon while still standing in the doorway.
Okay.
And I will throw my spirit weapon. With a melee or very close, make a melee attack target within melee range. On a successful hit, you deal damage and knock them back at close range. So, and let me know if I can do this because I can't remember how we discussed it. But if I throw my spirit weapon and I have the forceful push ability, so if I land the attack and I have the forceful push, can I push the spider off of Lecroc in a close range away from him?
Yeah. So the way that forceful push works is forceful push is an action in and of itself. So it's not like something you add on to another attack. You actually use the forceful push, which because you are a giant or whatever they're called in this, you can do it within very close range instead of just melee because you've got reach effectively.
Yep.
And if you do hit them, absolutely, it would definitely knock them off. Or if you're able to force them back, it would definitely knock them off of Lecroc.
Okay, and I'm probably close enough.
You need to be within about 10 feet, roughly, which you could do from the doorway.
Okay, so I'm not doing spirit weapon. I'm doing forceful push. So
Spirit weapon is a different ability that allows you to attack. Technically, I think from closer up to 30 feet away, basically, you can throw your scythe.
Then I can throw it. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do forceful push. Is what I meant to do.
Yeah, definitely.
Let me go ahead and roll my attack.
Yep.
That is a 9 with hope.
Okay. So you didn't quite meet the difficulty, but you do get to get your hope. So go ahead and mark your hope. So as you come forward with your giant scythe, you try to take a swing at this somewhat unknown beast because it's now just being silhouetted by this single torch. And as you swing towards it, it brings one of its massive legs around and kind of bats your scythe away. And soon you're looking into 8 ferocious eyes and 2 giant pincers of a giant wolf spider.
I will tell you, Lecroc, I gave it my best shot, and at this point, I think you are fucked. So I bid you farewell. And
well, before you can do that, because you failed, I get to go ahead and take a turn. And it is actually going to mark a stress, and it is so fast that it's actually going to try and bite both of you before you get a chance to go away. So, 1 attack roll against you both. That is going to be a 10 total. Does 10 beat your evasion, Lecroc?
No, I got 12.
Oh, okay. So Lecroc, as you're sitting there, like full on, like Frodo versus Shelob, and you're just kind of moving out of the way.
It's
what
like
about
tapping
you,
my shield. It's
Esper?
It will. I have a 9, so it will hit Esper.
So Esper, you take 10 points of physical damage as it kind of bites onto you and is able to pierce and hurt a decent amount. While it tries to attack Lecroc as well, and Lecroc is just kind of dodging around. I'm going to go ahead and spend a fear really quickly here to activate the second wolf spider. As another one kind of jumps down and seeing a creature kind of wriggling on the floor, it comes down and it has a stinger on its posterior that is going to try and pierce into Lecroc. So that's going to be a 14.
It is.
All right. So I need to spend another fear for this particular ability. So we're now down to 2 fear.
Oh, that sucks for you.
You take
Fucking wah.
8 points of physical damage, and you are now poisoned until either your next rest or you succeed on a knowledge roll. And while you're poisoned, you must roll a d6 before you make any action roll. And a result of 4 or lower, you mark a stress when trying to perform that action. So as the pierce,
I'm going to use my final armor slot to reduce that to a minor.
Okay. And as the stinger pierces through, you can feel this poison kind of coursing through you, and you can feel your muscles start to ache as this venom burns its way through your veins. Who wants to take the spotlight next?
Gavin will, seeing his friends in danger and feeling really bad about not knowing the difference between toads and frogs earlier, will go, oh, fuck it, and go rushing in.
Okay.
Holding Daisy out before him.
All right.
And once he gets within melee range, will cast Wild Flame on the 2 spiders.
All right. As you come in, you can see, Daisy in your hand, and as soon as you kind of get through the doorway into the tower proper, you watch as Daisy's eyes just go wide as they look around and see very flammable webs, flammable timber that has fallen. Everything around them can burst into flames, and they just look like a kid in a candy store. Go ahead and make your attack roll.
That's 21 with fear.
Yeah, that definitely hits. I also forgot, anytime I get a successful attack against someone, I generate a fear from these monsters. All right,
because what you need to do is to farm fear.
They're fun little creatures. Go ahead and roll your damage.
That is 7 damage.
This is so fucked up. I know you hate spiders.
Vehemently despise them. They're one of my biggest fears, but they work well in D&D games and other tabletop RPGs. So that is actually right at their major threshold. So they're both going to take 2 points of damage. As you go ahead.
And they must mark a stress as flames erupt from my hand.
Ooh, that's even nicer. So you guys watch as Gavin rushes forward, and he has this tiny little fire elemental on his hand. And as the fire elemental gets in there, he just goes, oh, and then boom, just kind of bursts into this flame of excitement. And both of these giant spiders recoil. You watch as a lot of their prickly hairs start kind of singeing off, and they start to back up a little bit away from everyone. Really quick, for LeCroc, take repair 1 armor slot from Slice of Scott.
Let's go.
All right, who wants to take the spotlight next?
I am fired, and can I get a close range with one of the spiders?
They're both really close to each other. They're both basically within melee, so if you want to you can get within close range of both of them if you want. Or within very close range of both of them. It's not a huge tower. Like, the tower itself is barely like 12 feet in diameter on the inside. So everyone's within very close range.
I will use my hands on one of them.
Okay.
Whatever one I can get to first.
Okay. So you guys watch as Kimmy flies forward, and you start seeing these runes glowing on her hands as she starts conjuring energy, throws it forward. Go ahead and make your attack roll.
And that will be 13 with fear.
Bear.
Yeah, blue is fear, gold is hope.
We don't see it a lot, but yeah, gold is hope.
That is exactly what you need to be able to hit, so go ahead and roll the damage for me.
So that will be 8 damage.
So again, in the major threshold, as you rush forward with your hand runes glowing, you throw this kind of blast of energy. How do you kind of visualize the hand runes working for Kimmy? Are they like energy blast? Are you just going up and punching? Like, how do you view it?
Yeah, wait. Yeah, wait, almost like ground, I cut it and produce energy waves.
Okay. So you guys watch as Kimmy rushes forward, her hands kind of glowing, and as she reaches forward and just kind of grasps onto these things, you see this burst of energy, and the giant spider kind of moves back a little bit further, doing what it can to try and protect itself. However, as you rolled with fear, I'm going to go ahead and activate the spider, and it's going to try and poison Kimmy really quickly here. So that's going to be a 4 versus your evasion.
Well, my evasion yeah.
Your evasion better be higher than a 4.
Let's see, if you have an evasion of 4, you have built your character wrong. I don't think that's possible. So yeah, as it comes down and tries to sink its fangs into you, you just kind of fly out of the way a little bit. And
The first fairy with mono.
yeah, the other spider, I'm going to burn a fear to have it activate. And it's going to try and attack both LeCroc and Esper again, since they're both still there. So
Why am I catching strays?
You're still on top of you.
that's a 20 versus your evasion. So I think that hits both of you.
What do you think?
And it does 3 points of damage, because I rolled a 1, and it marks a stress. All right, who wants to take the spotlight next?
Okay, so so it knocked the torch out of my hands.
Yeah,
Can
the torch is
can I-
still there and lit. It's just on the floor.
Can I draw my sword?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll just draw my sword, and I know I'm extremely messed up right now, but I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna fight this thing.
Okay.
I'm all kinds of spooked up. I'm just gonna swing at the clearest one and just let go. Swing for everything. So I'm rolling with disadvantage.
No, what you do...
Or I'm sorry.
You make your attack as normal. However, roll a d6, and on a 4 or lower, in addition to whatever you have to do for the attack, you also have to mark a stress. Does that make sense? So it's not disadvantage.
Oh.
Disadvantage is where you'd subtract the d6 from your roll. That doesn't happen. Your roll happens as normal. You just, because of the poison, you also might have to mark a stress.
Oh, okay.
So not quite as detrimental as that.
You gotta roll and roll up.
7 with hope. So
All right. Well, take your hope and then go ahead and roll a d6 to see if you have to mark a stress.
Let's see, roll 6. That's a 1.
All right, so yeah, go ahead and mark a stress for that. So as LeCroc tries to get up, you see he pulls his short sword out and he tries to kind of plunge it into the giant spider. The spider kind of bats it away, and as it does, you feel this pain in your bicep as the poison has really done something to you. And then it immediately is going to turn around.
I didn't hear no bell.
It's going to try and bite the little snack-sized fairy. That's or actually no. It's going to go for the thing that just erupted everything in fire. and is going to try and
Hi, Daisy. Daisy?
Wait a minute.
yeah, it's going to try and poison you, Gavin. That's going to be a 19 versus your evasion.
Jesus.
Yes, that will.
So that does cost me a fear to do this. And you are going to take 6 points of physical damage, and you are now poisoned as well. So anytime you make an action roll, until either you succeed on a knowledge roll or your next rest, you have to roll a d4 and see if it causes you to mark as stress.
Okay.
A
Alright.
D4 or D6?
D6, I'm sorry.
Okay, D6. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, if I got to roll 4 better on a D4, I'm screwed.
Okay, so roll a d4. If you get a 5, you're cured. You're
Yeah.
fine.
Go ahead and who wants to take the spotlight next?
I would like to burn these motherfuckers.
Go for it.
All right. That is
There we
a
go.
20 with fear. I rolled
Hey.
711.
Why do I get happy for things that are horrible?
He succeeded. Like, he still gets to do the damage and everything. And you're doing the same wildfire thing, so you're attacking both of them?
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead and roll damage for that.
8 damage plus a stress.
All right, well, you have destroyed the last point of stress on the one that's still alive. As you sit there and the creature just finished sinking its fangs into you, Daisy looks incredibly infuriated and goes, "Ah!" And another big burst of fire, and the one that had its fangs in you is blown across the room and falls over as the legs kind of curl up, and the creature dies as a smoldering wreck. The other one is looking rough, but it's still upright. It's going to just go and try to make an attack. And I keep forgetting I get fear every time these guys actually get an attack that hits. So it's going to go towards, again, the fire, the one that has the fire creature, and it's just going to try and nom on you. That's a 4 versus your evasion.
Thankfully, my 11 evasion succeeds.
All right. That returns the spotlight back to you guys. Who wants the spotlight?
DM, real quick. I
Sure.
forgot to do my class feature where I have to roll 2 D4s and for my ability at the beginning of every session.
Yeah, go. You can do it right now
Oh,
if you
yeah.
want.
Okay, yeah. Just.
Yep, not a...
All right, 2 3s. Perfect. Okay, thank you.
Cool. So, again, who wants to take the spotlight?
So Gavin burned the shit out of one of them, right? It's
Yeah,
gone.
one of them's
It's-
dead. The other one looks rough, but is still alive.
I'll go in and out. You move the weather.
Okay. So you guys watch as Kimmy gets this look of determination on her face. You watch as her hand starts glowing again, and she just Superman flies in, trying to grab at this creature. Go ahead and make your attack roll.
Yeah. Oh. Wait, that would be a quick
All right.
Let's go.
7.
So you can heal a stress on yourself in addition to gaining a hope, and there's no possible way you can do low enough damage to not do this. Claim your kill. Describe your victory. How do you finish this creature?
With that being so confined and the fire everywhere, I'm like bombing everything, and when you say to be hunted, and when you're free, I'm taking it within the rules.
Okay. So again, you guys watch as Kimmy gets this look of determination on her face. She rushes forward, Superman style. You can see her hand glowing, and total scar from Full Metal Alchemist. She grabs onto the spider's face, and as she squeezes onto it, she sees this big explosion of magical energy, and suddenly the spider no longer has a head, and the body just plops down. Dead. As you look around in the now scorched and burnt tower, you guys are able to find 3 handfuls of gold that you can divvy as much as you want. And in addition to that, I need to roll on a table. Let's do 2D. What is it? 2D12.
Guess we just get like a handful of gold in our inventory.
Well, there's a total of 3 handfuls of gold. So, however you guys want to divvy it up, you will be finding more gold in just about every room here. So, if anyone wants to just kind of keep a tally of everything is measured in handfuls, and then I think it's bags and then chests or something like that.
Want to collect all and divvy up later or something?
So
That sounds like a good idea.
18.
Yeah.
Right. I'm more interested in what's in the pack.
So, as you're kind of rifling through the pack, you find something kind of interesting. The glass that you saw in there seems to be a vial, and in it is some kind of strange powder. As you kind of open it up and you just very carefully kind of waft it, you realize this is snap powder. If you use it, you can mark a stress and clear a hit point.
Ooh.
So you can basically use it to trade stress for a hit point.
Wait, so you gain a stress but lose a hit point?
You can clear a hit point, so you regain the hit point, but you mark a stress to do that.
To do it,
so
okay,
you
okay.
spend stress to regain a hit point. So whoever would like to keep that. If you, on your character sheets, I believe, I'm going to look it up before I say the exact wrong thing. But if you go to the equipment page and manage, it's handfuls, bags, and then chests. If you go to manage equipment, if you just put in,
Yeah, you go to manage equipment
Snap.
and just type in snap.
it'll show snap powder, and you can just add one of those. Someone
That's
in the party
sick.
can just add it, and it'll have the whole description for you right there. So yeah, anything that you guys find today will be official Daggerheart stuff, because they have 2 very big tables that I can roll on.
That's awesome.
So
Nice.
we don't have to worry about custom stuff or anything. Both tables have, I think, 60 different things on them, so the likelihood of you guys running out of new shit to find is very low. All right. So as far as you can tell, it seems that these spiders had basically made this area their lair. And the reason it seems that there was no blood or anything around this part of the tower is because anything that came close, they would drag in and consume. And the bag that you found here seems to be the remnants of a previous adventure that wasn't quite as capable as you all are.
Esper is gonna grab Gavin's hand,
Mhm.
holding Daisy, and
Mhm.
kind of use it real quick as a torch for the remainder of the room,
Okay.
and see if there's anything to climb up, or if the tower ascends in any way, shape, or form, whether stairs or a ladder or anything like that.
The tower used to. You can see that there's some stairs around this side. However, the top of the tower has collapsed in completely.
Okay. Okay.
So you can see where kind of the nest of the wolf spiders was. And that's as far up as it goes. It only goes up about like 15, 20 feet.
Sorry about that, Gavin. That was Darb. Not Darb. Not Darb. Thank you very much, Gavin. I very much appreciate it. That's all I needed to make sure. I don't have my own torch, so I figured I'd have to borrow you and Daisy for a few minutes.
Oh, not a problem. Not a problem. Happy to help. Is it hot in here or is it just me? And Gavin is just like pouring sweat from the poison.
LaCroix is just curled up in the corner going, I'm that kid on the beach. I'm gonna sleep here. I'm sleeping here now.
Do we need to take like a long rest or?
So it remains until you take a rest. So a short rest would clear it, a long rest would clear it. Or if you want to make a knowledge check, it is a difficulty 16 check. But a knowledge check effectively would be you kind of diagnosing what it was and finding something to counteract the poison, which is why it's such a high check.
It's a knowledge check, you said?
Yep.
It's a knowledge check.
No.
Which I am.
We need to hold up here for the night, and we need to lick our wounds.
I can lick. Wait, no.
Get away from me, you freak!
You ever look at Toad?
He's not a toad. He is. I'll start using prestidigitation to clean that up.
That's fine. There's more coming.
Above table, real quick. What time of day is it again? Were we on starting to get into like sunset type time?
It was
or
like noon-ish, maybe a little bit after. Like you guys are at midday.
Midday. Okay.
So, also above table, I have a thing called Mending Touch where I can use 2 hope to clear a hit point or stress.
Mm-hmm.
Or I can use once per long rest, I can use it to clear 2 hit points or 2 stress.
Okay.
So, because and based on that, I'm guessing if we take a long rest, we don't automatically get all of our hit points back.
No, so the way that resting works in the Daggerheart is you actually, depending on whether you have a short rest or a long rest, you can, before I say the wrong thing, I'm actually going to look up. So a short rest, you can choose 2 of 4 different rest actions to take. One of them is Tend to Wounds, which allows you to clear a number of hit points equal to a d4 plus your tier. Clear Stress is the same thing but for stress. Repair Armor, same thing but for armor. And then Prepare allows you to generate a single hope. The long rest version is you still have, you actually have 5 different things you can do in the long rest. But the long rest version of it, you still get a choice between 2. And the long rest version is Tend to All Wounds. You get all your hit points back. Clear all stress, repair all armor. So in a long rest, you can get all your hit points back, remove all your stress, but you only get to choose 2. And the 5th thing you can do on a long rest is to work on a project. So if you have something a little bit more long-term that you're trying to do, that's one of the things you can decide to use one of your downtime moves on. So if you guys want to take a short rest or a long rest, you can. You are not in a safe place, so there's always a chance that you might be ambushed or something, and if you're ambushed before it can finish, you don't get the effects of it. Does that make sense?
Do we lose something in terms of the effects? Like if we do them this short rest, we don't get to do them again if we take another short rest? Is that how that works?
You can do it. You can take a maximum of 3 short rests in a day before you have to take a long rest. And every time you take a new rest, you can choose whatever things that you want to. So if every time you take a short rest, you always tend to wounds, so you heal yourself, that's perfectly fine.
And you can do the same one multiple. You can do the same one twice, right?
I believe no. You have to choose 2 different ones.
Oh, 2 different ones. Okay.
Yeah.
Each player can swap any domain card and then load out for cards in their vault.
Just for context, my armor, I have 1 armor slot left. Thanks for Slice of Scott. I have 1 armor left. I have 4 out of 6 HP, and I have 2 stress.
So
LaCroix has taken the biggest beating at like most sessions so far.
I think we need to. I think we need to take a small rest or a short rest. I think so.
Well, if you guys want to kind of barricade yourselves in the tower,
that's what I was thinking.
The door itself is solid enough that you can close it and use it as a defense point.
Yeah.
And as far as you guys have searched this tower pretty thoroughly, you don't see anything else in it dangerous.
Yeah, I think if we want to take about 45,
Yeah.
60 minutes rest, I think this is a good spot. Nothing's really gonna get in overhead from us, and there's only one door that I can see, so I can seal this mother trucker up real well, and we could just sit down, talk a little bit, or just take a nice little nap, or fix some armor. You're looking pretty fucked up there, Lacroix.
Yeah.
No shit.
Oh god. Oh god.
I had buffalo wings before we left that.
All right. So if you guys are taking a short rest,
That's a lot of blue cheese.
go ahead and, like I said, everybody gets 2 choices. On your character sheet, I'm going to open one up here so I know. Near the top, where it has your level of conditions, there's a thing that says downtime. If you click on that, it'll show short rest or long rest, and it shows the 4 options that you have for there. Since you guys are doing a short rest, you can actually just go ahead and pick which ones you want, and when you hit confirm, it'll automatically roll your dice and apply whatever you do to it.
Okay, sweet. That's.
And
Oh, you can tend to an ally too. Okay.
yeah, you can tend to wounds if you're doing fine but someone else is really rough. You can use tend to wounds to heal an ally instead. And if 2 people prepare together, prepare is how you generate a hope. If 2 people prepare together, you actually both would generate 2 hope instead of just 1 hope. So go ahead and do your short rest stuff. And then I'm going to take a feature from the Age of Umbra campaign setting for how to deal with whether or not you guys have to get attacked. I'm just going to roll a d12.
1d4 plus your tier. Oh, your tier. That's the okay. So we're level 1 or tier 1. Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, how did I just clear 4? But okay, cool. Ooh.
Oh, I think I cleared one too. I'm not sure if I. Well, I was expecting to hear I was expecting to hear a dice roll, but I think I did the sheet wrong.
Well, I've only seen 2 people do any kind of rolls. So if you're doing it in the game, let me bring up your...
I did it on my character sheet, like you said. I thought I was expecting. I was expecting to hear a dice roll, but it looks like it did it on my character sheet.
It should still show up in the chat, and all I'm seeing is Esper and Gavin. So, did you hit the confirm button?
Did you hit the D4? So where it says 1d4 and there's a box next to it?
Oh no, I thought the confirm did that. Okay.
Yeah.
Tend to wounds. Okay.
We're all still learning stuff.
Hey, you cleared 2 things at least.
I think when I hit confirm, it just did it automatically because I lost some stuff.
Yeah, that happened with me too.
Well, we're all still learning this system, so...
Okay, so I'll mark myself back up 1 on that. And
As long as it does something beneficial for you guys. So after taking your short rest, you guys are able to kind of bind some wounds and things like that. You guys, while you're doing this, you do have an hour. Does anyone want to have a conversation with someone else, or are you guys just all kind of focusing on healing, purging poison from your body, and the like?
Sorry, that should have been me clearing arm. I didn't mean to hit stress. I hit that by accident.
Okay.
I'll just adjust it. Like.
Yeah. So.
How many wounds does Lacroix still have?
Yeah.
Well, now he's 3 out of 6 instead of 4 out of 6. I only got the 1.
Gavin will come over and burn 2 hope.
You should
remove.
get 2. You should get 2 because you get your tier, our tier level, which is 1, plus what you rolled on the D4, which
Yeah.
was 1. So you should have gotten 2 HP back.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
If it didn't do it manually, just make sure that it gave you your 2 HP. Same thing with your shield. Or your armor, not shield, but...
Yeah, everything is a D4 plus your tier level. So you guys are all tier level 1.
Well, because I did that, but it didn't. Because if you look at the roll, it just said.
Yeah,
Like I
1
said, I
plus
guess it was-
0, which is
Yeah,
weird.
I don't know why, but again, it's new technology.
must be still working on the UI, I guess.
Yeah.
But you do get, you can clear 1 additional
Yeah.
hit point from the mending touch. Daisy comes over
Okay.
and
I got 10 to wounds.
I don't know.
Well, that's it. Then I'm down. Then I just have one. Then I only have 1 hit point.
Oh, that's what you have to do. So when you do the downtime activity, you actually have to put your tier level next to the D4. It doesn't automatically do
Oh.
it. So that's why it was doing that. There's that little blank next to it. So just put a 1 in there for your tier level.
Yeah. I think if everything's adjusted correctly, so now I now have just 1 armor slot marked HP and my stress.
Okay.
Well, you
I think my stress will still be 2 because I still had that.
should be able to help cast through your wounds, and you should be clear wounds, right? And I rolled up 4, so.
So yeah, you are back to perfect.
perfect.
And because you guys all rest, anything, any character ability that says once per rest has now effectively been reset. If it specifically says once per long rest, then it wouldn't. But there are certain abilities that are just once per rest. And that also means that the poison has run its course as well.
Yeah, like my death maneuvers is a short rest.
Mm-hmm. So, as you after you guys kind of heal yourselves up and are able to over the hour, both LeCroc and Gavin, you guys like flop sweat, shivering, heat. Like it is unpleasant, but near the end of the hour, your fever breaks. You start feeling a lot better.
While Esper is tearing off some of his robes to put the bindings onto like bandages almost around his wounds, he notices that Gavin is using his healing ability on the croak, and just kind of mentions, does that come from you, or does that come from your little Ifrit friend that you have?
No, that comes from me.
You've-
Actually, I'll kind of lean in and go, actually, Daisy doesn't really do much on her own. I have to like focus my energy through her, but she gets really sort of upset when she finds that out. So don't tell anybody.
Do you mean that she causes a little bit of chaos in any way, shape, or form?
No. She's harmless. She really is.
There is nothing that's harmless in this world. Everything either causes harm or has harm inflicted upon itself. There's nothing that really ever has harmless built into it.
She really is harmless.
No, I was only wondering because, I was trying to figure out where your powers come from because I seem to have it as well, and Esper will touch LeCroc and once again provide life support, and I will use 3 hope to give another HP to LeCroc. But this time, instead of going over the eyes on LeCroc, it starts to feel along his frog lips and just starts to put his finger into his mouth a little bit and almost fish hooks him. It's a little invasive, I know, but it does work, and you'll feel kind of like a radiant, like almost a green energy. If you can feel a color, you feel a green energy.
That's great.
Go
Bite your
down.
finger. You're not gonna put your finger in my mouth and not suffer a consequence.
Trying to heal you, you dumb fuck.
My power comes
You
from
put your finger in my mouth, you dumb fuck.
intense study of the arcane ways.
Yeah, you don't wash your hands enough. I got the poison condition again.
Well, I did have this hand on Gavin's head before, so maybe that is where it's coming from. So you two
Oh,
may have had the intimate moment in some way, shape, or form that I have facilitated in some way, shape, or form. That is my bad.
Gavin now takes the poison condition.
Everyone's just getting poisoned again. All right. So as you guys look around, let's do it this way. All right, Kimmy, why don't you give me an instinct check?
Alright. What? And that will be
If you're rolling on your character sheet, you just click your instinct, and it'll automatically roll it. So you can just click on.
Yeah, where all the little banners are, you'll
yeah,
have agility strength.
I will hope I can try to figure out why. Oh, why.
Hey, there we go.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh.
Will be an 18 with hope.
All right, so go ahead and take your hope. As you kind of peek your head out to look around, something seems off, and it takes you a little bit of time to kind of place it. But as you kind of look around, you notice that as you guys were kind of looking around before, you were doing things like, you checked out the tree and some bits and pieces fell. When you came out again, the courtyard is cleaner than when you guys were out here before.
Okay. Guy, take a look at it. It looks different now.
It's different.
Cleaner.
Different how would you say, Kimmy? Are we?
Like, cleaner.
I don't know.
Like, not like this.
How long were we fucking in the tower? I don't understand. I feel.
I started was only like an hour.
I don't know. I was tripping balls at the end.
Licking Toad. When we look around, when we come out, because we saw blood splatters everywhere,
Mhm.
are we seeing those same blood splatters still, or are those cleaned up as well?
There's still blood splatters. You do notice the ones on the stairs. One part of them seems to be seems like someone has tried to wipe it up slightly.
Okay. Do we know that anything different in the tower? Like any change in the spider corpses?
No.
Or
Inside the
anything
tower,
like
it's
that?
like you guys are there the entire time. There's nothing in the tower it's changed. It just seems like someone has been in this courtyard in the hour you guys spent chilling in the tower.
Have any of you been traveling with Haas a lot longer than myself? Is this something that Haas would fucking do? Would he just start cleaning up randomly a
I
courtyard?
don't know. I didn't met him.
We all met each other on the road coming to town. I don't think.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he never went into like forensics, homicide cleanup, a crime scene. So
Oh, he might have gone mad. The tree is not producing any apples, and therefore all of a sudden he goes fucking mad. I don't know what the dude's
Yeah,
case with the apples, but
maybe.
maybe he just started cleaning up. I think we should go take it. We cleared this tower, no problem. There's no issues. Whatever is being thrown at us as a collective group, we've handled very well. And whatever the gods give us is complete rubbish and bullshit and easiest thing in the world. And at no point am I ever going to be scared of whatever these gods give us at this point. So. And I will go ahead and Esper will continue to go investigate the blood that was on the stairs that may or may not still be on there in some capacity.
The Croak looks to Gavin and Kimmy. What the fuck is he working through?
I don't know.
No.
Gavin is just busy looking up, waiting for a thunderbolt or something to come from the sky.
Yeah.
Looking at the, well, go ahead and make me an instinct roll.
Yep.
Esper.
I'm very good at those, actually. Said no one ever. Roll. That's a 6 with hope, though, so I will take it.
So go ahead and mark the hope. As you look at the bloodstains, they're very bloodstain-like. You're relatively certain that they were made by blood being spilt there. Beyond that, you got nothing.
This was no bolting accident.
I know, this reminds me of my failed bloodomancy class.
You have dabbled with the blood automances?
But very, 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 very poorly. It is not my forte. It's very messy.
Were you using live corpses or live persons or corpses?
I would rather forget all about that day if at all possible.
I feel like we need to revisit that once we're out of this courtyard, 100%. Because that's go ahead, sir.
Gavin meets all the criteria of a serial killer.
No. I think a serial killer is at least 3. So no. Anyways,
Well, for the taking out the blood, can I see the new fire? Anything that might tell us who will walk through here?
That's a good question. Let me see if I can find something. Sorry, I'm doing 12 different things right now. None of them are working the way they're supposed to. Let's go here. Stop it. Let's go here. Let's go... here. All right. All right, sorry. All right, I have the things up that I need to have up. What did you want to do, Scott? I'm sorry.
I want to walk the fire. Any clues that who will walk through here where we were in the tower?
Okay. So how? I would call that a knowledge check. Go ahead and make me a knowledge check. Just as a reminder, all of you have 2 experiences. If any of the experiences you feel kind of describes what you're doing, you can actually spend a hope in order to add the modifier to the check that you're making.
Well, yeah, well, here.
All right. So, as you're kind of looking around, trying to figure out what it is, again, you've noticed that the courtyard itself is very, very clean. Too clean. And as you kind of go back to where you guys had previously discovered kind of boot prints, you notice that those had been cleaned as well. And looking around, trying to figure out exactly what's going on. You are so enamored with what's going on that you don't notice until the very end. You hear a clicking sound and then a whoosh. And I'm going to make an attack.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, that's a nat 1. So, as you're sitting there trying to figure out what's going on, suddenly a crossbow bolt goes and impales itself on the ground and then next to you. And as you look around, you can't see where the bolt came from.
Neighbor. Did anyone see where that came from?
Who has the highest instinct?
I have 1.
I have 1.
Okay.
1, 2, so
So it'll
probably
be
me.
you. As you're sitting there trying to figure out what it is, as you look up to the keep itself of the moat house, you can see these really thin lines that are sometimes referred to as murder slots or just arrow slots. And so you think someone must be holed up in side that has just taken a shot at you.
Wait.
That. How about we don't stand still? Serpentine.
Take cover. Oh.
So are you saying they're coming from where we're like standing right now? It's coming from towards the entrance where the wall was, coming from that direction.
As far as you can tell, Kimmy, you think that it probably came from here. There's an arrow slot right there, and they must be inside the keep itself. So at the top of the stairs, there's a door here, and there's a door here, and they must be inside this keep. However, as you all are doing this, suddenly you notice that Haz seems to have started talking and being more vocal again. And turn that off.
Oh.
Oh no.
There we go. Hey, Chris, you with us?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hi! We missed you.
Hello.
Hey,
So, the only thing you've missed is they've come into the kind of main courtyard. They fought some giant wolf spiders, and now someone has shot from inside the moat house keep itself. So, your mini, once you can log into Roll20, is still outside the moat house, but feel free to bring it in anytime you're ready. Welcome back. We're happy to see you.
What's going on,
Yeah,
sis?
so whatever was it too here?
everything turned out well. I forgot my phone at home. I would have told you guys.
No,
Hmm.
no
It
worries.
happens. You're here
Yeah.
now. We're happy. So,
If you don't mind, we somewhat narrated that you might have gone inside, and you are the one that is causing the mischief of clean up on aisle 4 or cleaning up the courtyard. So we're not
Okay.
sure where you're at.
Well, no,
Essentially.
he's just like, if you show him like, Serpentine, Serpentine, look out, Ahaz, look out, Serpentine, Serpentine.
Oz comes out from behind the tree. Oh, I'm back.
Holy shit, there he is! Where the fuck have you been?
Where have you been?
Wolf duty called. He's still a wolf, by the way.
Oh,
Oh,
No, makes
also,
sense.
they did take a short rest. So if you want to take 2 downtime moves on your character sheet, if you're not familiar with how they work, at the top of it, next to like where it says your level, there's a little button that says downtime, and you can just pick from the drop-down list for the 2 things that you want to do on your short rest, if you would like to.
It's what is it?
What did you say?
I'll figure it out.
Okay, not a problem. So anyway, an arrow has just come out of one of the arrow slots in the keep, and it didn't hit anybody, but obviously someone is ready to rumble. So
Well, obviously not going to stay out here to get shot at. Esper's going to start running up the steps and towards what would be one of the doors to
Okay.
try to smash his way into, and also get out of line of sight of that little slit of arrows being shot out.
Absolutely. Why don't we show you what you can see? So we'll go here
Oh boy.
to here.
Let me in.
We'll go down here, here. So opening up, you can see like a courtyard area that has box text and everything. This was once a great audience chamber, as shown by the tattered banners and tapestries on the walls, destroyed furniture, and heaps of rotting cloth thrown into corners. Once richly appointed, it has been thoroughly searched, sacked, and despoiled. Leaves and dirt cover the floor, and cobwebs hang from the walls and the ceiling above. Looking up, you see that pieces of beams and chunks of stone poke through, indicating that the upper stories of the place are totally destroyed and likely to be impassable to anything larger than a rat. As you look around, you can see that there is a door way back here that seems to lead further into the keep, but smattered around various places in here is a grand total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's a grand total of 7 people in here. There are 2, and they're all wearing various kinds of leathers and other things like that do things like obscure facial features and things like that. Kind of your standard bandit outfit. There are 2 people that have crossbows that are sitting in the back. There is 1 person that just has a pair of daggers that is kind of ready. There's 1 person kind of standing back that seems to be kind of conjuring magic. There is this really big dude with a massive club that looks ready to fight. There is another dude that is wearing all black and is kind of fading into the shadows in the very back. And then in the middle of everything, there is someone that you can actually see his face, in addition to kind of wearing significantly nicer kind of fitted armor. He also seems to have kind of nice clothing underneath it. And he is kind of leaning on a javelin. He kind of looks at you all and goes, "Well, this is a pleasant surprise. Normally, we got to go out to find people to relieve of their valuables, and yet you all have come right to us. Isn't this lovely?
Well, you didn't really give us a fucking opportunity not to just come in here. You're shooting a fucking arrow at us.
Well, you're the ones that are trespassing on our territory, so I think it's perfectly fine for us to defend ourselves.
You don't have a deed, do you?
Do you happen to have a deed? And I guess it really doesn't
yes.
matter who has a deed and who doesn't.
I have several deeds actually. Oh wait, you meant for? Never mind.
So I think it's fairly obvious that one of us happens to have the upper hand here. So I think this can be relatively simple.
Yes, you surrender.
You take anything shiny or valuable, you put it on the floor, and then you all lie face down, and we decide exactly what we're going to do with your bodies.
I mean, property is theft, and based on your accent, I have a right to roam in this country.
I hate you so much. Okay, so obviously one of you doesn't have a brain. That makes it slightly easier to figure out who to kill first. But I'm feeling generous, being the lovely Baron that I am. I'm going to do you all a favour, right? If you all put your valuables down, I will let most of you leave, except for little property staff man. He deserves to be flogged.
I will kind of look at the others and go, "Are we looking for a combo plate special here, or?"
Right, just for clarification, are we supposed to see tokens on the board of these enemy guys? Or...
No, I wasn't going to put
Okay.
tokens.
Okay.
I've just
Because you threw a lot of guys at us, and I have absolutely no like.
7, right?
if you
We have
would-
7
yeah,
dudes.
If you would, if you'd like, I can put some tokens on there just so you have something to. Just so you have something so you can.
I am a master
see.
artist also, you know, stick figures are my forte. So if you need help, let me know. I will stick figure the hell out of this place, so.
All right, let's see what I can find.
And just to clarify, approximately from the front or where we're entering to the back of the room, how far is that roughly, distance-wise?
Well, all the squares here are 5 feet. So
Okay. Okay.
on the left-hand side for roll 20, there's a little thing. Yeah, you can measure it. So that's
Okay.
those measurements are accurate.
Those are accurate. Okay, that's what I
So,
wanted to make sure.
The 2 ranger-looking dudes, those are your 2 people with crossbows. The first dude with the knives that just look like your kind of standard bandit is going to be this dude here. And then the more shadowy looking dude we will say is this dude here. The big dude. Oh, I don't have a barbarian here. Let's go. Let's do this. This is the big dude with the club. Is that dude right there? Who else do I need? I need a magic user. Let's go. Sparky right there is the magic user, and then the dude you guys were just talking to is going to be this dude. It's kind of in the middle of everything. Does that work for you guys? It should be a total of 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, that's everybody.
That's perfect. So yeah, I will once again look at everybody and go, should I have Daisy order up the combo special?
Well, I mean, it would be very disrespectful to break into someone's house and not really abide by their what they need. So
Right.
maybe we should just throw our stuff at their feet, and I'll just approach slowly, approximately 30 feet away
Okay.
from the back line.
All right. And you guys can definitely tell this dude here was the one that was talking. He is most definitely the leader of this group. Like, without a doubt. Yeah, very much so. He's got a little bowler hat. He's got what looks to be a suit with like armor on it, but it's not quite there.
How does DM, if you could remind me, how does combo attacks work once again, or tag team rules? That's what it is.
Tag team. So the way that it works is the person that is initiating, and I believe this has changed from the playtest and other things like that. The person that's initiating spends 3 hope, and then both people decide what action they want to take. Both of you will roll, but you guys get to choose which results both of you will take. And then, if you succeed, both the attacks go off.
So do we both need 3 hope to initiate?
Nope,
or
just the
person?
initiating.
Okay.
The one thing about it is something that you can only do once per, it's either a long rest or a session. But it's a one and done thing. So each person can only initiate a tag team attack once.
Gotcha.
But multiple people, like let's say if LeCroc and Esper decided they had a tag team a thing that they wanted to do. If LeCroc was the one that initiated this time and decided to do it with Esper, Esper could initiate a tag team attack with LeCroc later on. It's just
once per session, each player.
Yeah, each player can just initiate it once, but you can be involved in multiple tag team attacks.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? So if you guys want to do a tag team, you just have to tell me who's initiating it, who's going to be a part, and then what each one of you are doing.
Yeah.
Gavin, you're above table. Your Ifrit, your little Daisy. Does she do a cone attack, or is it she burns 2 people that are next to each other kind of thing?
It is 3 people within melee range.
Perfect. This is exactly. All right. So GM, let me know if I can or cannot do this for a tag team. If we're good,
I'm already on board.
I am going to get ready to toss my scythe at the feet of this man who is threatening our lives.
Okay.
But instead, I am going to wind it up to have Daisy go on the back of the scythe, or go on the tip of the scythe, and then I'm going to throw it as a spirit weapon to the back line, which would be these guys back here, so that she can then get in position to basically nuke all 3 of these if possible. So I would hopefully be able to do my spirit weapon of hitting 2 people from afar, setting up Daisy so that she can and fuck shit up, if you're cool with that.
Absolutely. The only clarification for your spirit weapon to hit 2 targets, you just have to burn a stress to do it. So,
Right. It still requires me to hit and then burning a stress, but
and that's
but that
fine.
would be the ideal.
If that's what you guys want to do, that means that Gavin, you are going to make an attack roll for your wildfire ability, and then Esper, you are going to make an attack roll for your spirit weapon ability, and then you guys can choose which attack roll you guys want to use.
That's sick. Gavin, if you're
Love
good
it.
for it. All right, let's do it.
I'm good for this. I will point out, though, just rules as written, Daisy is harmless, so Gavin has to get thrown
I'm actually okay
And I'm
with,
for
with
that.
how this is. If you want to be, fastball special, you can. But I'm actually fine because his weapon comes back to him. I'm actually fine with you just putting Daisy on it and flying if you don't want to get right next to them. Because this is a
I
tag
kind of
team
want
effect.
I kind of like the fastball special.
You want the best?
Okay.
You want me to throw you into them?
You
Okay,
are so squishy.
you are literally paper towel that is wet.
You are paper mache. I just want to emphasize this.
Like, if we're doing that route, it might be best for me to throw LeCroc into that situation as opposed to throw our wizard special into that situation.
He's a melee wizard. I mean, it works.
Also, would you be able to sit on the end of my scythe? I guess because you're human size, right?
I'm thinking
way-
like my robe gets caught on the
is.
scythe.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I go like this. Oh shit.
So you're thinking you highlight throw him.
Yeah, that's exactly.
You just like take this big wind up, and you're like, "Wow, this is heavier than I thought." And suddenly, wah! I still need both of you
Yes.
to make rolls. So
Okay. Please don't fail
Jesus.
me now. And roll.
Mhm.
Okay, so I got a 14 with hope.
And I got a 21 with hope.
Okay. So which one of those two rolls do you guys want to? Gotcha. So what that turns into is that is the attack roll that hits everyone. So I'm assuming you are hitting with the wildfire. You guys are aiming for this group here, which is one of the snipers, the hexer, and the leader with the wildfire, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
For your spirit weapon, you can only hit 2. So of those 3 targets, which 2 do you want to hit?
I would aim for the sniper in the back and for because this is the guy
leader.
that's talking shit,
Yep,
right? Yeah, the leader.
that's the one
Yeah,
that's talking
then
shit.
Yep.
All right. Well, let's change the music here so that you guys are in combat. Go ahead. Both of you are just going to roll a single damage roll that's going to affect all the targets.
I love it. We both rolled 10s.
Oh,
We both
Jesus.
rolled 10. Let's go.
All right. I have to look at thresholds now. All right. So that is for the wizard. That's actually a severe wound. So they are down really, really bad. Oh, actually, no. The Hexer is just gone. Or no, the Hexer only got hit by one of you. So it's nearly dead. Let's look at for the leader, because he's getting hit twice now. That's a major, so that's a total of 4 damage from the both of you. He's looking really, really rough. And then for the sniper, that's the sniper doesn't exist anymore, to the point where because you technically can hit anything within close range, I believe, with yours, the sniper dies before you can hit it. So pick a different target.
Oh,
You can go
Well,
for the
then I would
caster.
just
You can
go
hit the other if you wanted to. You could go hit the other sniper if you wanted, or you can go for the caster.
I would just go for the just that like little
Okay,
bundle
yep,
of
that's
people,
fine.
probably. Yep.
All right. So, as you guys are both kind of acting like you're going to do this, suddenly you watch as Esper just kind of plants her feet. She brings it around. You feel something kind of heavy, and you just hurl your scythe flying through the air. Gavin, you see this big scythe kind of coming towards you, and you kind of cower for a second, and then you suddenly feel something catch, and you are thrust forward as you're flying through the air. You watch as the scythe goes and slashes through the leader, severing what it had caught on you, and it goes through and it severs through, or it slices through the wizard as well. And as you're sitting there with these 3 guys just kind of looking at you, you look down at Daisy and just go, huh? And Daisy goes, ah! And this explosion happens, and 2 of the 3 people are taken out immediately. And the 3rd person looks really, really rough.
And then what will reappear in my hand will be the scythe, but without Gavin at the end of it. I've never seen this happen before. I never tossed anyone. He didn't return with the staff. Oh no. Oh.
Yeah. The rest of you watch as the scythe kind of spins through the air. It goes, it hits one guy, hits another, and then just kind of loops back, and he catches it.
And then since he rolled with hope, we both get a hope then?
You both get a hope. Yep.
Okay. But I used 3 to be able to do that maneuver, correct?
Yeah. So you
So
lost 3,
down
and then you gain 1.
Cool. Awesome.
So, who would like the spotlight next? As they're very much confused as to what the hell is going on.
Gavin will just turn to the leader and go, odds are getting more even every second.
As you say that, you just hear Paz go, "Oh, we're doing this," and I run to the leader.
Okay.
And I'm going to attack.
All right. You had a little bit quiet there. I didn't hear the very end.
Oh no, I was still rolling a die.
Oh, okay.
And it's plus what? Strength, right? Okay, so 17 to hit.
17 definitely hits. Go ahead and roll the damage. What are you attacking with?
Oh, I'm still a wolf.
Oh, so you guys just watch this.
Bork. He's doing a heckin' bork.
Bork.
So-
He dives on him.
So that was a 17 with hope, and I rolled 8 damage.
8 damage. Again, for the lieutenant, that is a major threshold. The lieutenant is done. As you dive onto the lieutenant, he goes, "What the fuck?" Gets clobbered by a wolf. You kind of start digging into his throat and rip out most of his trachea and all these other things. You start digging into. I am going to spend 2 fear to do this. So right after that is done, I spend 2 fear, and literally everybody except the big dude ditches. Like, they just run as fast as they can because they just watched you guys absolutely trounce their leader.
We're blocking the way, so.
There's another door over here.
Oh.
So did this dude just run past me though?
They all went for the open door, except again, the big dude is not quite smart enough to realize this is a really bad idea. So they are just going to book it out of there. And they're able to make it to the gate before they kind of run out of movement for this particular turn. So you guys still have and he's gone.
I was gonna say, is this dude dead?
Yeah, no, he's
Big X.
he's red mist. So there's still a really big dude that seems confused, but is still ready for something. And everyone else is ditched. Who would like to take the spotlight?
Well, am I just in regular movement range? Just go up to the big guy.
Yeah, if you'd like to.
Okay, well I guess we're. Okay, well I guess you're all set, huh, friend?
He looks very, very confused. He's like, I hit. I smash. He tell me
Maybe.
who to smash.
Maybe.
No.
Okay, so. Okay, you're holding it all wrong. Hold it like this and stab.
And stab.
Go ahead and make your attack.
Ribbit
No, no.
versus Goliath.
6 with fear.
All right, so as you sit there, do it like this, and you go stab. Like, it sits there and it goes into him, and he seems unaffected. He goes, "I know who smashed now," and he brings up his very large
Okay, well the
club.
feature I finally have actually kicks in. Is I failed with fear, so I get a hope.
I get a fear, and I get to take his action. So, not being the smartest dude in the world, he's just gonna take a swing at you.
We worked all that time to repair your armor, heal you up, and the first attack,
Yeah.
you're just gonna get turned into frog legs.
Well, it's a 12.
That's my evasion.
All right,
I'm going to, because we rested,
Mhm.
I will burn a stress for danger sense, and I'm just like, Le Croc, your head! You have to re-roll that.
okay.
Ooh.
He's been rolling really well.
Well,
Yeah.
this dude has a -3 to his attack, but I rolled a 16, so that's a 13. I actually rolled higher.
Mhm.
So you take
Once I got
7 points of physical damage as he goes, I know who smash. Boom! And he just brings it down on you, knocking you back a couple
son of
feet.
a bastard. So back on the use an armor slot, so I only take a 1 HP.
Yeah, I don't actually have anyone else I can spotlight with another fear. So who wants to spotlight?
I will then, I will assuming he will followers of me. I will use my ugly chaos.
Okay.
And say what? And that will be a 15 with fear.
Okay. For him, difficulty 12, so that does hit. I'll go ahead and mark my fear. Go ahead and roll your damage.
What? No. That will be 2.
All right. Well, still does a single point of damage.
Let's go. As the giant has like 50 hit H points.
And does anything else happen with create chaos, or is it just an attack?
No.
And you're only burning one.
Yeah,
spending one- okay.
only burning 1. So. And I only had 2. So.
Okay, cool. So yeah, with fear, as much as that kind of happens, he's still looking at the frog that just came up to him and stabbed him. So he is yet again going to smash you. See, the thing about this particular character is they have an ability to grapple and make really bad things happen when other people attack you while you're grappled, but nothing when they're the only person there. So he's just going to keep trying to smack you with his club. And that is a 9 versus your evasion, Macro.
You finally miss.
So again, he goes, me smash, and he miss. Me smash again. But before he can, who wants to take the spotlight?
Gavin will try to hit him with his wand.
Okay. So you guys watch as Gavin starts kind of conjuring magical energy, shoots it at him.
17 with fear.
Well, you hit. Go ahead and roll damage. I will take another fear.
7 damage.
I'll say at this point, all 3 of the other people that were there are gone. You said 7 damage?
Yep.
That's right at his major threshold. So he takes 2 hit points. As you sit there and hit him with that, he goes, "Ugh, me smash you!" And he starts going towards Gavin.
Okay, so wait, so he's trying to leave my range?
Yeah, because Gavin is just slightly outside. He does
Attack
have
of
to take 1 step.
opportunity.
Go for it. Make your attack roll.
11 with fear.
Well, that fails. So,
Good news, I get more hope.
and I get another fear. So everybody wins. And he rushes forward to attack Gavin with a 7 versus his evasion.
Nope.
So he goes, "Ugh, me smash you." Who wants it next?
I can't know what I want. I will fly so I'm still on my way, but I've been close with my clothes.
Mm-hmm.
And I will burn my other token on chaos.
Now, the chaos, you can technically shoot it at any creature within far range, so you actually don't have to get up to it.
Yeah, but I wanted to get quote for quote.
Okay.
Something else.
All right, so go ahead and make your attack roll. Again, you guys watch as Kiki starts going forward. She starts kind of conjuring this magic in her hands. I really have it's a failure and
That's
fear.
10 with fear.
We are.
Still a failure with fear, and I've got tons of fear that I can't spend right now, and it's just going to turn around and try and hit you, Kimmy, with a 4 versus the evasion.
No.
Who wants the spotlight next?
Why do you roll like shit on other people?
Please, someone put this guy out of his misery. He's not smart enough to run away.
Why don't you pick on someone your own size, and I will start tromping towards him and get within range, and I will just strike with my scythe and hopefully hit him. Oh my god, please. Currently at 12 with hope.
That's gotta be wrong, your old hope.
Well, that's exactly what you need to
so-
hit. So
Someone's broken.
All right. Well, if that's exactly what I need, I won't add anything more then. And then I will roll a damage. I will hit him for 6.
Okay.
Or
that is a minor wound. He takes another single hit point of the damage. He's starting to look a little bit more rough. Who wants the spotlight next?
oh, and then I get to add. I apologize. I get to add because of the force. Well, never mind. I didn't say that. Continue. Go. Sorry.
Okay.
Well, because he just got hit and is distracted, Hobbs has been like angling and then finally lunges.
Okay. Go for it. Suddenly, you guys see a rush of fur as Haas comes in and starts nomming. Bork, bork, nom, nom.
15 with hope.
Definitely hits. Go ahead and roll damage and record your hope.
Yep. Because he just got attacked by an ally, get an extra D8.
Mm-hmm.
I rolled really low for 2d8. It's plus 2, so 5.
5. All right. Still 1 point of damage.
And I will spend a stress to make that a hobbling strike, and he is temporarily vulnerable.
All right. So all attacks with him now have advantage. I'm going to burn one of the billions of fear you guys have given me and have him activate and go, bad doggy, and try and hit you with a 9 versus your evasion.
Nope.
All right, so as he hits the ground, you just kind of leap out of the way, go, me not feeling very well. Who wants the spotlight?
I'm gonna get another swipe on this dude.
Go
I'm
for it.
just getting absolutely pissed.
This is it.
I could use
right
some
here.
more fear.
You have advantage, so you have that d6.
Okay. So then go up this short sword. Plus advantage. Come on!
There we go. It only required having the advantage for 6.
Well,
So what'd you get?
advantage doesn't mean a damn thing. Aside for helping the hit, thank you on that. 14 with hope.
All right, definitely a hit. Go ahead and roll damage and record your hope.
You got a lot of hope now. Damage. Does vulnerable add a damage too, or just the hit?
Nope, it just makes it easier to hit.
Okay.
Cool.
Set out.
Savan is exactly the major to the threshold. Claim your kill. Describe your victory.
Yeah.
yeah, and then just like Kermit the Frog, and just like. And
So
it takes him like a good second before he realizes like.
So you guys watch as LeCroc kind of comes up and he kind of takes his short sword out and goes, "Whoa, I shall end you!" And starts, and the big guy's just sitting there going, "Urgh, urgh," and he keeps trying to block it. Every time he blocks, he's like 2 swipes too slow. It's like, "Urgh, urgh, urgh," and suddenly he just kind of sits there and looks down and he's like, "Froggy bad." Boom, falls back. All of you have to kind of grab yourself for a second as the floor just shakes around you. Bits of dust and rubble start kind of raining from the ceiling.
You could blow me.
Yeah.
As it ends, you guys can see a little bit further down. Let's go ahead and do here.
And in typical heroic fashion, we roll the bodies.
Yeah.
What the hell? What are you hiding at the whole time? We've been through multiple fights so far since our journey began, and this is the first time I've seen you do whatever Zorro fucking action that was. What has that been hiding?
Right. So
I have bought multiple things, so fuck you.
you guys can see to the south.
Your wombo combo bullshit.
You guys can see to the south. There. And I guess I can do this as well. You guys can see to the south, there's a hallway that opens up into a slightly larger room with a lot of rubble. And then there are 2 rooms to the left of the hallway and 1 room on the right of that hallway. And then in the other direction, you can see there's a room to the west. There's another hallway that has a room at the end of the hallway, and then a door there, a door there, a door there, and there's a door up here to go into this room up here. So, and then obviously there's a door right here that leads into whatever's in this back room.
Well, they were obviously all kind of gathered up over here, so maybe they came out this way.
I think that might be where we would want to explore maybe last, and maybe we keep an eye on the door. Maybe I can jam the door that they don't come back out, and we can take a look around the rest of this courtyard, as well as see if any of these fucks had anything valuable on them.
Yeah, maybe roll the bodies first.
Yeah.
Esper's gonna pick up the giant
Mm-hmm.
and just place him against the door
Okay.
where they would come out of. And wait, does the door open towards
I was gonna say.
or away? hold on here.
Good plan.
The door opens into the room.
Damn it, that's not gonna work. Okay. I'm going to. No, that still's not gonna work with the club. We're gonna have to think about how we're going to stop this door from being opened from the other side. But in the meantime, maybe you guys should look around the ones that got killed.
Well, yeah, let's go roll the bodies first.
Okay. Well, what you guys find on the bodies themselves, the leader had 4 handfuls of gold on him. Each one of the other 3 people that you killed only had 1 handful of gold. So grand total of 6 handfuls of gold. And then in addition to that, the leader had, let's call it rare.
Okay, so full disclosure, to keep track of the money, I was collecting for us to divvy up. If there's encumbered, I'm encumbered. So if we want to start divvying up stuff.
Wait, you're encumbered on the handful of gold?
If I am, I wouldn't be surprised because my gold's completely filled right now.
Oh, okay.
Unless we're going over to bags, but I figured
All right. So the way that everything works,
Sure.
once you fill up that row of handfuls, it translates into 1 bag of gold,
Okay.
and then you
Okay.
start filling it again. So it's basically the
Okay.
same thing as like with 10 copper pieces equals a silver.
Sure.
10. It's basically how it works with handfuls to bags to chests. So if you filled up 1 row, then just turn that into a bag
Okay.
of gold and then go back to counting.
Okay.
So with a 27,
Okay. So we're currently up to 1 bag.
How many balls are gold?
Maybe we can buy our way back into
Yeah.
Hamlet.
Well, I was
In,
thinking we could possibly come back with like bandit corpses and be like, maybe that gets us back in good graces.
when you guys do remember hearing rumors that people had gone missing, it's theoretically possible they might be here as well.
They did say that they normally go out to like get people.
True,
So,
true.
You actually also find on the bandit leader this strange device called a glider. While falling, you can mark a stress to deploy this small parachute and glide safely to the ground. It seems
Man.
that he expected to be jumping off of somewhere tall and needing something to prevent falling hard. So whoever would like to add a glider to their character sheet, again, if you just go to manage equipment, search for glider, you can just add it.
As the person that went flying across the room just a second ago.
Yeah, I don't feel it. I will.
Be funny as hell if Kimmy took it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, what would you all like to do? You have kind of this whole moat house. You have that back room that you can explore.
Okay, so I'm actually thinking, look, the door opens in. We can't really bar that shut. We might as well, I'm just saying, might as well just go boop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you want to start piling up corpses in front of the door.
That is the other thing that I was thinking is just, we got these 2 Chucklefucks and the leader and then the ogre, and we could just pile the bodies and make a little bit of a barricade that way, but...
But
Yeah,
but the door still opens in, see? So...
Yeah, they open the door, go, oh, dead bodies, they run away, I don't know. It's something...
Only 12 fall.
I was not very good with Legos when I was little, so yes. Sorry, cinder blocks, sorry. Whatever would be in our world.
Lincoln
I
Logs.
think...
Lincoln Logs,
I was
yeah.
literally thinking Lincoln Logs. We literally have Lincoln Logs of corpses. I don't think it's the most stable thing in the world.
All right.
Quick,
So-
hide behind the pile of dead bandits.
If they were bards, that would work. If you've ever seen
Yes, that was what I...
Zombie
yes.
Arceus.
Oh, in addition to finding
The shadow.
the item on there, give me just 2 seconds. You also find a what weapon do you use again? Lacroix?
I use a short sword
Short sword.
because I have a shield.
Okay. But the is that a strength or a presence-based weapon? Like what mechanically what do you use?
Well, mechanically it's a mace.
Okay. So it's a strength-based weapon.
Yeah.
So you do notice you do notice that the leader was actually had a pretty impressive falchion or falchion that he was
It's pronounced
using.
fashion.
If someone would like to add a gilded falchion to their weapons,
It's one-handed. That'd be perfect for me.
Yep, it's one-handed, and it has the powerful feature. So on a successful attack, roll an additional damage die and discard the lowest result.
Ooh, I got the. Ooh, look at this. This is fancy.
The weapon still looks a little bit puny. I will stick with my sight at this point.
Any objection?
No?
Yay!
Too big for me.
All right. So, what do you guys want to do?
I think
Where
it'd
do you
be
wanna
very
go?
entertaining for you to try it.
Every time he takes a swing, he travels like 6 feet.
With it. I think LeCroc makes a great suggestion. I think we should go through the door where we think they might have escaped from, make sure that the area is clear, and then we check these other rooms. But there is a chance that we do run across anybody else, so we should find a way to maybe.
It could also be a better place for us to hold up from the inside.
I'm good. I think this is a good idea, and just push through the door at this point.
Okay. So,
Also, I'm hungry. Let's see if they got any food.
as you come into this room, the first thing that you notice is that the southeastern corner is collapsed. And
Son
you
of
can
a bitch.
see it seems to be a pretty decent escape route if you don't mind falling, 15, 20 feet in dealing with the moat below.
Oh no! What is a frog going to do in water?
You start realizing why that glider might have been useful. Since you're the first one into the room, why don't LeCroc, why don't you roll me and I'll let you choose instinct or knowledge.
Yeah, so you can have like a fucking scorpion attack me this time or something.
Maybe. Who knows?
Water genasi.
All right, dude. Instinct.
A
That's-
blue whale.
13 with fear.
Always makes me happy when I get some more fear. So, as you look around the room, the first thing that you notice is it seems like they were basically using this as their kind of bunk room, meeting room, whatever. You can see in the corner up here, there's some bedrolls kind of
This is where
haphazardly
they had the
put around.
sleepover. They played letters of fingers if it's a board.
But as you look around, you notice there seems something strange about this wall over here. You're not sure
Yeah,
what it
this-
is, but it's just something's off about it.
What? Something weird about this over here. Poke, poke.
Are you actually poking it, or what do you want to do?
Yeah, poke it with a
Okay.
falchion because I'm pointing to it.
So as you could kind of poke it, why don't you make me an agility reaction roll?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Yeah, fine. Yeah, because you have nothing but. Because this world, apparently, there's just generate nothing but fear for whatever bastard deity that actually runs it.
Now, the nice thing about reaction rolls, they don't actually generate any hope or fear, so you don't have to worry about giving me any more fear. But I'm burning a
Wait,
fear to do
I,
this.
I roll an agility, Chris.
Yep.
Okay.
It's still an agility check. It just doesn't generate hope or fear.
11.
11. All right. So, you take
Son of a bastard bitch.
4 points of the damage as you kind of push it. You notice that the wall starts to kind of
That's
give
minor.
in, and it actually swings open. But as soon as it does, you hear this kind of rumbling sound above you, and a big piece of rubble comes down and just smacks you on the head. But you seem to have found a secret passage.
This place was not OSHA approved.
that
Well,
I'm
it might have been at one point. It's ocean approved, but we're not near the ocean. It's just a moat. Did that bump in your head? That's not the difference between the two waters.
I
So,
got a concussion, so
if you look into the passage, you can see that it kind of opens up, and then you can see stairs going down to beneath the moat house.
I found the secret tunnel.
What could possibly go wrong?
How much damage did you take?
I took a hit point.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
Well, only one of my eyes is dilated.
Do we want to follow this any further, or do we want to explore the rest of the keep back the other way first, in the other rooms?
I'm gonna search the room first.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go do that real quick.
There's also blood splatters in here. What the fucking
In this particular room,
Dexter Morgan lives here.
Ding, 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 ding. I mean, maybe Gavin was held up here for a little bit doing his blood splatter analysis or whatever he was doing.
It's bloodomancy.
Bloodomancy. Sorry, my bad.
I know next to nothing about magic, and I don't think that name sounds right.
No.
so if anyone would like to kind of search the room for stuff, go ahead and make me a knowledge check. Anyone can do it. Just one of you does it though.
I'm fairly knowledgeable.
Okay.
I think I'm not.
Ooh. 14.
14. So looking around, you notice over here in this corner, one of the kind of stones of the ground doesn't look quite right. As you kind of pry it up, you actually find a chest there. There is a total of 4 bags of gold worth of different items. And in addition to that...
4 bags of... Good Lord.
We're rich.
So we're up to 5 bags so far.
Let's do... 5d12. So that's a 33.
Does this world have an Atlantic City?
And in there, I think I'll do, there's going to be 2 things in here. So let's go ahead and do that again to get an 18. Okay. So in there, you find 2 different things. One, you find this really amazing looking feather. It's got these bright red fletchings on it, and the base of it is white. And it actually reminds you of a flame. And that is a phoenix feather. If you have at least 1 phoenix feather on you when you fall unconscious, you gain a +1 bonus to the roll you make to determine whether you get a scar.
Ooh.
And then the other thing you find in there is a minor stamina potion recipe. As a downtime move, you can use the bone of a creature to craft a minor stamina potion. So now anytime you guys... take a rest, you can actually convert a bone into a minor stamina potion, but it costs 1 of your downtime moves.
For a future character, the flavor of that, of having someone who's like grave digger, grave cleric style, of just like any enemy that they kill, they break a finger off and carry it around with them, like fucking crumbs on that. So good.
Really quick, if anyone wants to put those in their inventory, again, the first one is called a phoenix feather, and the second one is called a minor stamina potion recipe. So anyone that wants to kind of record that, you could just add it through your equipment screen.
I've been adding things, but I think the Phoenix Feather is kind of like themed for Gavin.
I am squishy. I'd like to run into danger. Or sometimes
you like
flip
being
into.
thrown into danger.
I said themed. I just want to make sure I said themed. I said the Phoenix side. I actually wasn't alluding to you being, having brittle bird bones.
Thank you.
I don't really much delve in the culinary arts or of the sort. But if anyone wants me to hang on to the recipe, I certainly can detach bones from individuals that we could use to make said potions at this point. But I'm not really talented in that in any way, shape, or form. That might be something one of you, like maybe our druid friend, would use more often. He collected apples. I figured apples, bones, are the same fucking thing, right?
If you think that, we got the whole other conversation.
I'm just going to put this out. Anytime you go to dinner at Esper's house, do not eat the apple pie.
Or if you ever seen American Pie, the Esper version. Boning the apple pie.
I was about to say, we're talking about different bones here. I think you misunderstood what they meant by bone. For those of you watching on my very family-friendly YouTube channel, don't worry about that one. We're just talking about chicken bones. That's what it is. Chicken, like, because I love fried chicken. That's what it is. God, I can go for some fried chicken right now.
Does anyone else want this, or I'm just gonna add this as a recipe? I'm just gonna add this to the inventory unless someone else wants to claim it.
Nope, go for it.
With the recipe, it really doesn't matter who has it. Just having someone, because anyone can read a recipe.
7 herbs and spices.
I like that one. Suddenly you see a strange guy in a white suit and a little white goatee going, good.
Just don't that's what's in the bucket.
All right, what do you guys want to do? You have a secret passage going below, or you have the rest of the moat house to kind of explore. Especially since that was supposed to be a really, really rough fight, and you guys got out of it, I think, completely unscathed. So,
until I got attacked by some IKEA furniture.
Once again, I feel before we go down here, there might be some other. I mean, we found some great stuff in this room. Possibly one of the other rooms might even have more glorious stuff if we want to search it. But I don't know. They might have gone down there. They might be getting more people that might come back. There's choices. You know what? It's not a suggestion. I feel at this point we should all go back. Let's go double check all the other rooms.
Yep.
I agree.
If you're big enough, why don't you take this thing and put it in front of this?
Licro Cowherd, are you? Just how many hit points are you
I
down?
got fucking brained, man.
How many hit points are you down?
I'm now at 2. I've now taken 2 HP.
Okay, I'll just go up to you, boop you with a claw, because I've generated 3 hope. Oh, it didn't roll. Just roll. Yeah, you get to heal up to 3 as I use regeneration on you.
So you guys watch as this wolf that's just covered in viscera and blood just kind of comes over and just like boops him on the nose.
And then I look immediately to Esper. See that? Didn't put the fucking thing in my mouth or anywhere else.
Well, it's not exactly my problem. It wasn't really my fault. I mean, I put the finger. I had to make sure that it went into your gums and
there
into
is
your...
nothing you could say to justify what you did. Nothing.
All right, so where are you guys going?
And as he says, there's nothing to justify. I will
You-
grab that cabinet and I will put it in front of the entrance to the downstairs or wherever this is right here.
Yeah.
So
You
The
walking
secret
HR
door.
issue.
Do we want to address these rooms clockwise order?
yeah, absolutely. I think we should go down to the south ones first.
I'm always a fan of the Weethershin just because I have to pronounce it.
So, I think we open this door first.
Yep. Yes, we're all gonna round up by where there's a giant pool of blood.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
More bloodomancy, which again I'm not sure that's a real thing, but okay.
I mean, it's a very honored tradition amongst certain.
Not very, I don't want
wizard
to.
circles.
I don't want to. I don't want the warrior explain to you. I just would have figured hemomancy would have been.
Ooh, that is actually a really good one.
There is no fucking way I invented that. There's no.
As
there's
you
no-
open up the door, and the lights kind of trail their way in, you notice that the room itself is remarkably opulent. Like there are
I swear to
tapestries
God, it
and-
looks like there's gaming dice in this room.
I was gonna say the same thing.
Yeah, you guys can see the latest edition of Dungeons and Flagons is in there. However, as soon as the light kind of hits the ceiling, you suddenly see the ceiling start moving and you are hit by a wave of bats that just start swinging around everywhere. The torch that you are carrying, LaCroix, is knocked out of your hand as it hits the ground because of all the kind of craziness of that. It is extinguished, and now there are just bats everywhere, kind of swarming you guys and going everywhere. What do you all want to do?
I'm sorry, are they harassing us or are they flying away?
No, they are swarming you guys right now.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Hey, Ken.
If you want to attack them, go ahead. Just tell me what kind of attack you want to do.
You think you might want to burn them, Kevin?
Yeah. I will wild flame the air. What can go wrong?
Go ahead and make an attack roll.
LaCroix's already low to the ground. He thinks he's
20 with fear.
20 with fear. Cool. Choose even or odd for me.
Oh no!
Or actually, since you rolled with fear, that actually makes this easier.
just You have so much fucking.
What was the roll again? 20.
20.
Okay. Does a 20 hit the rest of your guys' evasion?
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead and roll damage for me.
I don't want to.
Two
double ones.
Yay!
I'm just going to read directly from the description of this room. Anyone striking at the bats after the lights go out may, 50% chance, hit the nearest party member instead, inflicting double normal damage if a hit is scored against the victim's rear armor class. There was like front and rear armor class in original.
Oh god, that was a long time ago.
Yeah, this
Good
is
Lord.
This is 1976, folks.
Mm.
So all of you take 4 points of damage,
It's still 1 HP.
which I think is under all of your minor thresholds. But
Yeah.
Does that include Gavin?
no, Gavin's the only one that
Okay.
doesn't, because you can only hit 3 people.
No, you're the one hucking around Sterno.
So Gavin goes and unleashes it, and instead of hitting the bats, accidentally hits all of you. The bats at this point fly away because they didn't like the fire that didn't hit a single one of them. But you guys are now in almost complete darkness.
Croak leaps down, picks his torch up, puts it on his back, lights the torch again.
Okay. Looking into the room, again, the room itself looks
And
like at
just
one point.
stares at Gavin.
I'm very sorry. I can't believe I didn't hit a single one of those bats. That's kind of like mathematically. Daisy, we gotta start doing better.
The room itself looks like it should have, or at one point it was very opulent. You can see tapestries and things like that. However, with what the bats have basically done to this room, nothing in here has any value.
There guano in this room?
A decent amount of it.
Bat guano goes for a pretty good price if you're gardening. You're a farmer.
Do we want to collect some bat guano in any way, shape, or form?
Also, bat guano highly flammable.
Yeah.
I will
Fireball.
just back out of the room slightly.
Okay.
I was double checking the equipment to see if there was anything in the managed equipment on roll 20 for bat guano. There is not. So.
Okay.
Well, if this room is pretty empty at this point, we can go ahead and move on to the next one.
No, it's full. Just nothing we want.
What a sheet. What? Go across to the other one and kind of stay on somewhat near LaCroix.
How dare you?
I had that. From the
I am
last one.
full of flavor.
While they're doing this, Jody, by the way,
Mm-hmm.
Haas has been using Warden of Renewal's Clarity of Nature,
Mm-hmm.
and he's just made It says like once per long rest, you can create a space of natural serenity within close range. When you spend a few minutes resting within the space, clear stress equal to your instinct,
Okay.
distributed as you choose between you and your allies. I have an instinct of 2, and I have 2 stress, so I'm clearing all my stress as I'm just kind of lounging there.
Okay. How long does it take to do that?
I just create it, and I just have to spend a few minutes in it.
Okay. Uh, so
See,
and you
you
went
look
you
over
went
and
into
Haas
this
is licking
little
himself.
area in the south to do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, before you're able to spend a long enough time to get
Oh
that, you start noticing that the ground around you seems to be moving.
Ew, what the hell? Ew, ew!
And
What ground?
Bunch of silverfish.
well, I don't think I have any snakes because they're actually snakes,
Snake.
but I don't. Oh, I do. Never mind. We can get rid of.
I was like, of all the things Roll20 to have, like snakes, I would think they'd be in there.
Well,
Mhm.
I'm using the free stuff right now, and so. But
What
yeah,
is it?
I have multiple flavors of
Nice.
snakes, so we can go here. 1, 2, 3. So you look around and as you're trying to kind of calm yourself and regain stress and things like that. You look down and you can see 4 massive snakes have all just looked over you. You could see in the quarter over here is just a large pile of bones and things like that. Because I'm assuming the snakes
Ugh.
get rid of something somehow. I don't
Yeah.
actually understand how snakes work.
Oh, as I see the snakes pop up, I just am I'm still a wolf,
Mm-hmm.
but I will revert to a goblin because I can't do this if I'm a wolf. So I just become a goblin again. And I say, "Hi, friend. Um, I didn't know this was your home. It's good to meet you. Um, are you hungry? Like, what's going on?" And I'm going to be using nature's tongue.
Okay. So the first one, by the way, hi John, nice to see you. You know what would have been really cool is if like John could have joined. I wish someone had thought about inviting John. No. Hello Raiders. So as the snakes are all kind of looking at you, one of them goes, snack time.
Oh, I can bring you meat.
And all of them kind of look at each other and go, just
We
are
do
kind of like
have a lot
looking
of
at
meat.
you.
We do.
Oh, bigger than me.
Where is food?
Oh, Haas, literally while they're in that room, Haas just goes and gets
We
the
haven't opened
corpse
anything
of
yet.
Haas is just going to get the corpse of the one barbarian guy because he was the biggest and drag it back to them.
They seem pleased as punch. Like they're very, very pleased about this. And as you hear them kind of talking to each other, they go, tasty meats again. You think they may have eaten another bandit before. So instead of fighting them, you have placated them.
And then I spend time in my little zone
Yeah,
with my new friends.
definitely. That's
As this horror show takes place.
you guys are all
Ah.
dealing with bats. He goes, makes friends with some snakes, and then chills for a little bit.
It's like, I'm a snake. I'm a snake.
Ah,
I,
the,
ju-
the
I just
circle
admit,
of life, isn't it beautiful?
I just imagine us like dodging fire, bats flying around us, and then in the background you just see this little goblin dragging an ogre-sized person across the ground to feed the snakes.
So, yeah, that they are pleasantly pleased with the food that you brought them. You don't think, unless you guys give them a reason, you don't think they're going to attack anyone.
Awesome.
So, who, what else would you guys like to do? Do you want to search into the room?
Yeah, I think LeCroc was opening the next room.
We're just slow seeing that shit. They're like,
Way easy to croak.
As you open up this room, you can see this used to be a bedchamber, but it is
good God.
destroyed. The bed itself has been chopped to bits. Like, you're not exactly sure what happened in this room, but it wasn't good.
This is the worst Airbnb ever.
Yeah. And you're pretty certain that they are going to tack on an additional cleaning fee for this, despite the fact that it was this way before you guys got there. That's where you always got to take pictures as soon as you get there.
Always take pictures.
It's gonna be a bitch to clean up when this becomes our new house.
On our new show, Ribbit and Flip It.
By the way, Raiders, thank you for joining us. We are currently exploring a moat house and trying to find treasures and things like that. So they took out the bandits that had kind of encamped there. They found a secret passage beneath the moat house, and now they're just kind of going through looking for more goodies. So,
yeah.
And those
Gavin.
of you watching, you could use your channel points to give them things like health or reroll tokens that everybody loves, or you can just give me fear and I can do bad things to them.
We have been doing. Shut up about that. We doing nothing but generate
Fear for you.
fear for you.
Can we overload you with fear? Is that what we're trying
I actually,
to do?
I can have a maximum of 12 fear. So if I actually make it up to 12 fear, I can't get any more.
Okay.
Which just means that I have to start burning it more often.
That gives you all the tickets you need at the skee ball rewards. What the fuck do you need?
Yeah. once I get 12 fear, I can actually get the boom box up there.
LeCroix, did you want to take a look at the room inside?
You call me that beverage one more.
Did you want to check out the rest of the room to make sure that it is good, or are we just moving on to the next one? I shut the door here.
You want to check out? Go for it.
I'm not very good at the
Gavin
whole
will
searching thing.
Gavin would like to investigate the room.
Yeah.
He'll just be like, meh, I've seen worse. And start poking.
Yeah, there's just nothing in the room. It is just a lot of, like, the room itself is destroyed, like impressively destroyed.
I will then follow LeCroix next to the next room then.
All right. This room.
What kind of Amityville bullshit happened in this place?
Yeah, who has prestidigitation? Seriously. So.
As you look in here, it looks like at one point this used to be some kind of like conference chamber or something akin to that. Nowadays, it's just stuff. You do see a bunch of rats kind of scuttle away. Yeah.
Hey Haas! Hey Haas! There's a bunch of rats in here. You want to talk to them?
Oh, I'm friends with the snakes.
I feel like the snakes and rats would be at war.
Yeah, sadly. Circle of life.
Do we just close the door on this one and move on to the next, and we're looking for actual people?
Yeah, the guest though.
I think so.
All right. So where do you guys want to go next? You basically kind of searched the southern part of the Keep. Where to next?
Up to the West Wing.
All right. Then you have to tell me what room you want to look in.
Up there.
Okay. We'll do a walk and talk as we're headed to the West Wing.
Okay.
It seems appropriate.
As you open
We invoke the Sorkin.
as you open this door, you are immediately presented with some stuffed heads on the wall, like deers and other things like that. There's some pelts on the floor. You think this at one point used to be a trophy room for whomever actually lived in this place.
Well, so far this is the best room, and by the best room, I mean the one that induces the least amount of nightmares. So I guess I'll search this room.
Yeah, go ahead and make me an instinct check.
Okay.
Easy.
Let's give you some more fear.
More fear. More fear.
Wait.
Holy crap!
I'm sorry, that's gold?
That's a 20. That's a gold. I found a 20 with hope.
All right. So go ahead and record your hope.
I am chock full of hope.
As you start kind of looking through things in here, you realize there are just like there's cabinets and other things in here that you could probably spend hours searching through everything in here. But you very quickly realize, just through a little bit of deduction, this room has been looted. Obviously, the bandits have been through here not just once, probably like 6 or 7 times. There's nothing of any value left in here.
Aside from this rug really tying the room together, there's nothing else in here.
Wonderful rug.
Where to next?
This one.
All right.
Oh, good. More blood.
This obviously was the domicile of the major domo of this castle, is how they describe it. This is obviously a very fancy room. It's been picked mostly clean, but you do find in one of the sconces there is a silver baton. It's probably worth about 2 handfuls of gold.
Hey, silver baton. Baton.
Going to take it?
Oop, oop.
So where are you guys going now?
This one.
All right. As you open this room,
Jackpot.
at the southern part of the room, you notice a chest that seems to be intact. And it takes you like a couple seconds to try and figure out exactly why they decided not to kind of loot this room, especially with something that valuable. And then you realize that some of some of the rubble there is not actually rubble. And I have to remember what I translated this into. Give me... sorry.
You're fine.
Say, in the room is this massive boar, and around it, or no, there we go.
Oh, I'm sure they're very interesting.
It's not a boar, it's actually a giant lizard, but I couldn't find a lizard until I found this. So you see this massive giant lizard, and around it are a few, let's go brats that seem to be rather fond of it. And all of them start rushing towards you to attack. And I'm just going to start this off by using some fear that you guys have generated for me to get the combat going immediately. So hold on just a second. This would be a lot easier if it would allow me to create like who's it, what's it, battle things. Okay, so the the giant lizard is going to go first. And it is going to just run through all of you until it gets over here, and is going to actually make an attack against every one of you. In order to do that,
Oh,
there. Oh crap. Okay, there. Jeez. And then the rats are. Alright, sorry, just setting everything up because I didn't
Yeah.
before. All right, so the giant construct actually, or the lizard, runs through all of you guys, and does a 17 hit your evasion for
Yes.
basically everybody except the druid Haz,
Oh,
because it doesn't go that far. All of you take a d20 of damage, which turns into 13 points of physical damage.
Oh, I'm gonna use armor on that.
Yeah.
And
Just-
actually, I'm going to spotlight it again with another fear, because it is a solo monster. And it is going to just take a swing at the druid since it didn't have a chance to do that yet. So that's going to be 11 versus your evasion.
yeah,
Haz?
that hits.
All right. So you take, and it's actually going to mark a stress before doing this. And it's going to add 10 to its damage. So you take 16 points of damage
God.
as it comes
Uh,
through and just smacks you
ow.
with its tail.
I'll mark an armor to reduce that to 2.
All right.
Jesus.
So it is a little bit late. Do you guys want to deal with this combat or come back to it another time? I leave it up to you. The combat will probably take another 20 minutes to a half an hour.
I'm good, but I don't want to pressure anyone, so I'm good.
I'm good. If
I'm okay.
I'm good.
Well, if we're all set, then why don't we figure out who's taking the spotlight first then?
Just because I got smacked, am I okay to go, guys?
Sure.
sure.
So
All right.
remember, in addition to the big dude here, you also have your 3 rats back in here.
Yeah.
I claim the rats.
They're mine.
When he hits me,
Mhm.
let me just see here. What do you guys do? Yeah. So I go, and Haz will spend a let's see, a stress, and you see him become a goat.
So you're extra tasty?
Let me just.
The giant lizard starts licking his lips. Nom, 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 nom,
I'm
nom.
officially going to my Daggerheart book to figure out what the fuck we're doing with the goat
So-
situation here. So,
That doesn't take an action, but
I mean,
as the goat, I just look at him with
And you faint.
that absolute defiance that goats have. I
Okay.
rear up and I'm going to try and ram him with my horns.
Okay. See how that goes.
He gets an agility at. So that is going to be a 16 with hope.
60 definitely hits. Go ahead and Go ahead and roll your damage. So you guys
5.
watch as you said 5.
Yeah.
You guys watch as he kind of rears back, and I keep doing that backwards. He rears back and slams into the lizard, and the lizard kind of goes and to take some damage, but he's still ready to do some mean stuff. Who wants the spotlight next?
Gavin could take it.
Okay.
Gavin will rush into the room with the rats,
Okay.
get into melee with all 3, and then wild flame.
All right.
That is a 19 with fear.
All right. Well, 19 definitely hits. Go ahead and roll damage on that, and I will take my fear.
That is 7 points of damage.
All right. So for these dude, that's right in their major threshold. So
You know, we're gonna have to call ourselves the Terror Squad because how much fear we give. It's not terror that we're giving; it's what we're gonna be receiving. So.
Well, the rats are all going to try and attack you. So the first one is going to try and nom on you. And actually, the first one is actually going to try and kind of bite at your hamstrings and make a hobbling strike, which I rolled a nat 1 on and still cost me a stress for that guy. So ignore him.
And remember, all 3 of them also gained a stress from the wildfire
Oh
attack.
yeah. Please.
Sorry, I forgot to
Yeah.
mention that.
Always tell me that stuff because I 100% will never remember that. The other
Yeah.
2, I'm going to burn 2 fear here to activate the other 2, one after another. So 1, 2, and the other 2 are just going to try and nom on you as well. So that's going to be a 12 versus your evasion.
That beats my evasion.
All right. So you're going to take 11 damage from that one.
Ooh, I'm gonna use an armor, I think, to reduce that down to just 1.
All right, and then the second one gets a nat 1, so ignore it. Who wants to go next? So one of them is able to bite you. The other 2 are just kind of chilling there, like.
I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna deal with this. This is like we got 3 ROUSs in here. I'm gonna go in here. I'm going to spend 3 hope to activate. Apparently, I hit the button, but doesn't click the button, doesn't activate it. It's interesting UI. So Warrior of Hope. I'm gonna get a bonus on that when I activate, and I am going to do an attack on these guys here. So I want to make sure because I got a new falchion now. Attack.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Roll an additional damage die and discard the lowest result.
Hmm.
But you gotta hit it first, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So roll that. And
Terror Squad.
oh, it already counts that. Okay, I need to remember that because that happened last time, so it already counts that. So that's 12 with hope.
So that's exactly what you need to be able to hit them. So go ahead and roll damage and collect your hope. So you guys watch as the Croak kind of comes in with his new gilded falchion. He comes in and just starts attacking one of them, bites into him pretty deep. How much damage do you do?
Let's see. Do I roll again because of the roll an additional damage die?
Due to the fact that I don't think it's taking into account the thing, yeah, just go ahead and roll it again. You can also just roll a d10 on its
Yeah,
own, but
let's do a d10. Yeah, let's do that. D10.
since you only have one d10, it doesn't really matter. And so yeah, that does more. So how much damage do you do?
I think I discard the lowest one, right? So that means I
Yeah.
do 9.
Yep. Cool.
So I do 9, and then I will spend that hope to make that a whirlwind attack, which means all those creatures will take that 9 damage.
All 3 of them are gone. So you guys watch as LeCroix kind of comes in, and as he brings his Falchion down and kills one, he immediately spins and just bisects all 3 of these dire. They're not dire wolves; they're rats. They may be using the dire wolves stat blocks though.
Dire rats.
That is for Wesley, you bastards.
All right, who wants the spotlight next? What you guys got left is that big old lizard.
You want at it first, Kimmy?
No, I'll play it and dive at it with my wound.
All right, go ahead and make your attack. Again, the little fairy Kimmy starts going forward. You see the runes on her hands glowing. She looks to be going to kind of grab this giant lizard.
And quit.
All right, so
Let's go.
clear a stress, take
Deuces.
your hope, and then you do max damage plus an additional die. So go ahead and roll your damage, and then we'll also just add on a max die to that.
So I roll a 4 out of the attack.
All right, so it's a total of 14 damage then, which is just barely under the severe threshold. So it still does 2 points of damage to do it. I am going to go ahead and let you guys go because I don't have as much fear as I used to. Who wants to take the spotlight next?
Well, let's change that. And seeing that Kimmy's flying in and kind of distracting it, Esper's going to start running towards it. And as he gets close to it, he is going to strike with a forceful push.
Okay.
So I'm going to roll. And then I am also going to burn one of my prayer dice to give it an additional 3. So it's going to be a 14 with hope.
14 does hit. Go ahead and roll the damage and collect your hope.
Okay, roll damage.
So you guys watch as Esper comes forward with his giant scythe, and he starts swinging it into the creature, and it implants deep.
And then since I had hope, I get to deal an additional d6 of damage, and then I can spend that hope to make him temporarily vulnerable as well.
Sure.
So I'm going to do the regular damage first of the... So 6 plus the additional 2. So I deal 8 damage.
Okay.
And on its opposite, knock it back to close range. So I'm going to move it. I'm going to push it away, which might be a bad thing for the people in the way back, but I'm going to push it away from our goat friend back towards like the southeast a little bit.
So just so I understand, you want it to go this direction?
Yes, that's correct. Yes.
Cool. All right, so it's going to get knocked all the way over here, and you're also making it vulnerable?
And making it vulnerable.
Okay.
Temporarily.
We'll call that vulnerable. So, vulnerable means all attacks against it are made with advantage. So, it is not pleased with that. So I am going to burn a fear to bring it back. It's going to rush directly towards you, and just try to slam you with its tail.
They can move that far, damn.
Well, I mean, he only knocked it back to close range, which is 30.
Oh.
So.
Oh yeah, the distances are weird. They're suddenly getting used to that.
And so that's a 19 versus your evasion.
That'll hit.
And he's going to burn an additional stress to add 10 to this attack.
Mm-hmm.
So the total damage is 29.
29 is in my severe damage. And as I get struck, or as he's trying to strike me, you see a green shield kind of encapsulate around Esper, and my other prayer dice will reduce incoming damage by 3. So I
Okay.
will reduce it by 3, which was the max HP there. So
No, the incoming damage is the damage total, not how many.
oh,
hit
never
points.
mind. I will not
Yeah.
be doing that then. I thought it was
Yeah.
the hit points.
29 goes down to 26. Woo!
Never mind, not that much then.
Okay.
I will be using an armor then. As
Okay.
I take.
So you guys watch as this massive, thick lizard tail comes in and smacks into Esper, and you watch as he gets slammed against the wall. You see him cough up a little bit of blood. You hear this kind of cracking sound. You think he might have cracked a rib in there. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and spend another fear to activate him again to rush through all of you and get to the other side, which costs me my last stress. And all of you. That's a 6. Does a 6 hit any of your evasion?
Oh my god.
So as it runs
God.
through, you guys all just kind of run out of the way. And as it gets to the other side, it just looks at you all and goes, there wasn't that much room in the hallway. Like, I take up the whole hallway.
Thorough.
Where did you guys hide? Who wants the spotlight?
Gavin will take it and wild flame this son of a bitch.
Okay.
So it's a 22 with hope.
Definitely hits. Go ahead and roll your damage.
So it will have 3 damage with 1 stress.
It is out of stress, so that actually forces it to mark an additional damage point. It's looking real rough.
Wasn't you already blew past it? I think it was also vulnerable from Esper's thing, but
Oh yeah, if you want to add a d6 to your roll, it doesn't actually matter because it still hits.
For damage or attack?
Attack.
Attack? Well, you know. It's another 5, so 27 to hit.
Yeah, doesn't really
Just
matter.
for good measure.
Who wants the spotlight next?
Haas will drop out of his beast form since it didn't attack him. And let's see here. So if I move up to close, he would be very close, more or less.
Very close is within about 10 feet. So, yeah, let's say that you can get within very close.
Okay. Haas will get, like, there.
Okay?
And he's not used this since he's mostly attacked in his beast form, but he just holds out an arm, and along the arm there are all these runes, and he's going to fire just a blast of green energy.
Okay. Go ahead and make your attack roll.
Oh, that's a crit.
Damn!
Let's go.
All right, so you can clear a stress, you gain a hope, and you roll your maximum damage and then add on an additional damage roll.
19.
19 total damage?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's in the severe. Go ahead and claim your kill. Describe your victory.
Let's go.
Essentially, the green energy is just natural energy, so I pull it from, the weeds and stuff growing around me. And let's just say it turns into acid as it hits his head.
Okay. So you guys watch as this goat starts running forward, and as it gets closer and closer, you see it start walking on its hind legs, and it slowly shifts into the form of Haas. And as Haas gets there, he kind of just places his hand gently on the creature, almost as if he's blessing it. And you see him kind of whisper some words, and then suddenly this green energy starts to flow out of his hands and get bigger and bigger. And suddenly this acid just kind of shoots out and dissolves the remainder of the lizard. After dealing with, because you dissolved parts of the lizard, you notice that it seems like the lizard has swallowed something. And looking at it,
License plate.
I've seen Jaws 50-year anniversary. Woot woot.
you find that he has actually swallowed a spiked shield, which is a secondary weapon. Yeah.
I use a shield unless you want to use it.
It has the double duty feature, which is it adds a +1 to your armor score, but it also adds a +1 to primary weapon damage within melee range. So, if anyone wants to use it, you can.
I can use a shield. Anyone?
Go for me.
Mom's a word for me.
Yeah.
It's all coming up like croak
Which
today.
one is 17?
I was gonna say, I think this has Le Croc written all over it.
Yeah.
Spacked shield.
Oh no, sorry, it says Le Croix. Never mind.
Look.
I will fight every one of you motherfuckers.
Look.
You guys,
LaCroix is when someone yells from the other room the flavors you think you're drinking.
you guys also find a set of improved chainmail armor. In a chest in this room, and 3 handfuls of gold worth of various items in the chest.
It is not something that I would wear. It is not a very fashionable thing. So therefore, I do not need this chainmail either. If anyone else would like to wear it.
Am I the only one that can wear this shit, or does anyone else want the chainmail?
Well, I feel like your armor will weigh me down.
Yeah, I see a little Faye just dragging it across the ground. Gavin doing like one of those like from the Christmas Story where he's walking out in the snowsuit or whatever. And then our goat friend over here, our goblin goat friend could maybe wear it. I don't know, but I doubt druids would want to wear something chainmail-y.
I'm good.
Yeah, so I think
You're-
it's LeCroc again.
So what type is this?
It's called improved chainmail armor. So
Improved.
yeah, it's just a tier 2 armor.
Improved chainmail armor.
Yeah.
So yeah, it has a 5 base armor score. The thresholds are 11 and 24, and it's heavy, so it gives you a -1 to your evasion.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not sure. Well, I'm not sure if I want that then.
Well, you guys can just keep it to sell it later
Yeah.
on as well. Like, no one has to wear it.
I could also look into my character because my character benefits from not wearing armor at all. It's one of the things that I took.
Yeah.
So like maybe if I look into it, maybe it will be better to still wear armor. I'll have to double check, but
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we'll just sell it at that point. so.
Because like it's weird in Daggerheart because con my evasion goes down too. Pro my armor goes up too.
So it's always, it's that kind of thing of, do you want to get hit slightly less but get hurt more when you're hit, or would you like to get hit slightly more but take less damage when you do get hit? So unfortunately though, that is where we're going to call it for tonight. As always, if you missed any of this, I do upload all these to my YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/TraderTrainerJody. The goal is for these guys to be able to completely explore the moat house if we have the ability to get everyone back. So we might be doing this again. It really depends on when people are available. And since you guys were able to find a way into the lower level, you can all level up to level 2.
Ooh, let's go!
for our next game. So,
Hey.
Gotta try to figure that out.
again, that's going to be all for me today, and I will see you guys next time. All right, bye bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.